you couldn't hear us. Sorry. Okay, what did you say? Thank you. I can send it to you if you'd like. Hell yeah. It's just like very, very simple. Like it's like it's gradient boxes on Canva with the logo slapped in the middle. It's hell yeah. Hell yeah. Still muted. Still, oh, you can't hear her. Oh shit. They couldn't hear you. I'm a professional streamer. If you couldn't tell, I'm very good at this. Famously, I never have any scuff whatsoever. The volume slider's all the way at the bottom, even though it's unmuted. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, but it's still not picking you up. Ah! Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh! Did I change it? Okay, try
right.
There we go. There we go. Hello. Would you like
YouTube, Twitch, we're coming through. Can they hear me?
I think so.
Oh.
Can you guys hear her?
Oh.
They better be able to hear you. If not, I'm taking it up with Streamlabs OBS. They can hear you.
I'm gonna take it up with them too.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill him. I don't know. Is that too strong?
Get him, Sundial.
Yeah, get him. Go, Sundial. Use hand attack. Solar flare?
I don't know if it knows that I'm the honest.
Yeah, I don't. That probably doesn't make any sense. Shit. Okay, what moves would Sundial know?
Well, so Sundial knows how to attach other like. Wait, let me read Sundial just to make sure. I'm pretty sure Sundial attaches spirits to it.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, no one plays Sundial.
What? People are saying
Sundial knows the equivalent of like water gun because it can enchant water to the field.
Oh, really? Even though it's solar?
So what you do is you extend one solar to enchant a water to your field. Then at the end phase, it can turn it into its Nexus and 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐻.
Oh.
I'll explain it all later. It just sounds like words right now.
Yeah, it does just kind of sound like words. I no habla. Anyways. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit prepared here. So I've got this card that says what to do. If you pick up this game and you look at this card and you actually read it, will this like carry you through the game, or do you need to read how to actually play it first?
It will carry you through most of the game, to be honest.
Yeah, but you should still like read like a different guide.
Yeah, you should definitely read like a rule book for it, but for just the basics, it's very competent.
Okay. Chat's saying I need a playmat. Do I need a playmat?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I don't normally play on a playmat, and when I do, I play on a paper one. I bought the fine china for this stream.
Fine china? Why do you use a paper mat?
So I played a One Piece TCG kind of pro at one point, and so I just thought it was funny. Then I took it to 2023 Nationals, and I got it signed by the producer of the card game.
The guy A-Drive.
No, not 𝐻𝐻𝐿, the One Piece TCG.
The One Piece guy. Oh, who made One Piece?
People kind of don't know his name. He's not that
anonymous?
crazy. Well, it's not. He's the guy who made the TCG, not the actual like One Piece. That's why he's not as important.
Yeah, but the TCG One Piece guy, he's like anonymous.
I'm gonna be real, I kind of don't know his name.
Oh my, you were just bluffing. You were like, yeah, he likes to stay on the down low, you know. He's very subtle like that. People don't know his name.
With him, but like, that's not important.
You don't know his name. You don't know his name.
He didn't give me his name.
He gave you his name quite literally on your mat, on your play mat.
I'm only Japanese. I can't even read cards. I play Yu-Gi-Oh!
I see. There was a viewer in my chat that was saying that they got into the One Piece TCG and started reselling the cards because some of them are like I guess like nobody plays it, so it's really like the cards are quite expensive when you get the rare ones.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, so I'm gonna be honest, if you had to play a card game professionally, One Piece currently has a lot of money in it. But like, we play Elestrals because it's fun and we have cute things like Sundial.
True. Sundial is the best. Here's mine. I like this little guy. This is... So, funny story for the chat. This is... Well, I already told them that this is why I started playing. But then, I started talking to you. And coincidentally, we ended up having the same exact favorite. I had not mentioned it on social media or anything about the goddamn Sundial. And then you showed me, I think you showed me at first, like, your ribbon? Or did you show me the ribbon after?
I think you showed the ribbon afterwards. So if... you probably don't know, but Elestrals has actually had its first IRL event. And it went better than a lot of professional Yu-Gi-Oh! YCSs.
Really?
And so I made this... Yeah, it went spectacular. I made this ribbon. So if you came and gave me a Sundial at Elestrals Dallas, you would have traded a Sundial for this ribbon.
Will you be doing the same exchange at any other Elestrals events?
Yep, whether I'm playing or judging, you can definitely find me.
You do judging too? Wait, so you're like... Okay, you're in the replies of like every Elestrals related topic. Are you like an ambassador for Elestrals?
Sometimes they send me stuff, but I just do it because I really like Elestrals.
Why do you really like Elestrals?
It's a really cool card game. For those of y'all who've never played it, it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Hearthstone.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Hearthstone.
And the most interesting mechanic is you have a 40-card main deck, but a 20-card spirit deck. Your spirit deck acts as your mana, but it doubles as your life. So every card you play, every damage you take, will affect the rest of the game. And this makes it super interesting. So when you take damage, you pick which spirit you want to expend. Right? That's the damage you take. Later in the game, when you get to low number of spirits, you have to decide which spirits you keep, because if you don't have the right spirit colors, your Elestrals won't have their effects.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. What? It's insane. The tempo swing in this game is so exciting.
Oh, what?
It's like go format Yu-Gi-Oh, but like with a limiter. And Firestorm kicks up the speed so fast. It's really exciting. If you like being in early TCGs, Elestrals is in a great place right now.
What the? That's so... It's like the life point meter. Okay, I haven't played the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, but like it's like the life points meter in like the anime and stuff, but represented.
Like imagine every time you summon a monster, you needed to pay 500 life points.
It's like you're like a. What's the chat? What's like the word for that in games? Like a bloodmancer or whatever? Elestrals, you're a permanent bloodmancer.
Yeah, chemomancer.
That's
or
insane.
Blood mage.
That's insane. Yeah, blood mage. Hemomancer. Yeah. Huh.
No, it's super neat. And since, unlike other card games that lock you in the colors like One Piece, you can run up to as many elements and different cards as you want. So your whole spirit deck can be like rainbow if you want. So the spirit map gets super interesting too.
Huh. So realistically, like you wouldn't want one solid color spirit deck?
No, not really. There's one element in the game that can probably do it efficiently, but the diversity is what makes it interesting, because some cards are restricted to a certain type of elements.
Yeah, because like I like the Pokemon TCG, and I would just always run like flat electric decks. Like I was not mixing or matching. Everything was electric.
Elestrals is pretty good about allowing you to mix and match. So rarely do you ever feel like you're doing too much. So I will say, depending on how you cook it, you might be cooking a little too close to this one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So how would you go about like deciding on what deck to run? Like what are the different decks or the different like spirit types like, I guess?
So really quick, let me grab the back of an Elestrals card. We got 8 different spirit types. You've seen them when you were opening the packs.
Yeah.
And so, each type kind of has a gimmick to it, but there's cards within those gimmicks that do other stuff too. So don't think that just because one element does something, you can't do other stuff. Frost is best known for milling cards. A lot of Frost cards on play will send cards from your deck to the underworld. That's what we call the graveyard or the trash in this game.
The Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of Earth cards play around. They're either beaters or they play a kind of control game where they either destroy your opponent's set cards or they can change the position of your Elestrals.
Change the position of them. It matters, like where your Elestral is on the thing.
Are you familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
Okay, so in Yu-Gi-Oh, when you normal summon a monster, like you play out an Elestral as if it was a Yu-Gi-Oh monster, you need to always summon in attack if it's face up, unless it's a special summon, but that's not important. In Elestrals, you can normal cast in defense.
Wait, I kind of know that.
Matters.
So it's like I send out my winged Karibo in defense mode. Like that?
But in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can't normally do that. It's like you would either set the card, or if it's a special summon, then you can send it out in defense.
Oh. You know, you kind of sound like one of the characters from Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know, I hear that a lot.
But he's my favorite, so I'm endeared to you.
Oh, he's your favorite? Let's go.
Yeah, Joey. I don't know his last name, but that guy.
Joey Wheeler.
Yeah. He goes like, "Hey, you." Silly guy.
It do what it do, Yugi. It do what it do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what's like, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, wait, what's like the blue eyes white dragon of Elestrals?
It's the guy you're gonna see on my playmat here. This is my favorite 3-drop Elestral. This is Pentetla. This is just a shiny version.
Is he the one that's normally white with like the red accents? Okay, he was absolutely designed then to be like blue eyes white dragon. Okay.
Definitely, but like we love him for that. We love him for that.
No, I think it's based, okay? Like people I am not like I am a Nintendo fanboy in the sense that I just fucking love Pokemon. But like the more we rip that shit off, the better it is for me, because I can't afford to play Pokemon anymore, okay? And the new games are dog shit, so who cares? I love me some Power.
That's why we're on Elestrals. Elestrals.
Yep. Replacing the Pokemon TCG with Elestrals, replacing the games with Power World. Charizard with 5 heads.
But I suppose back to the elements, Frost is known for milling. Or if it's kind of known for either like beating or doing some kind of control. Fire is known for a lot of different things. In Firestorm, it finally gets its most defining upgrades, which is equip spells in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like, I think there's like similar spells in MTG, so I don't play MTG. They're called artifacts in Elestrals, and so Fire finally has its like big thing for artifacts. So there's a whole deck that plays around casting equip spells to boost the attack and defense of your guys. And the cards that let you do it will allow you to use spirits from your underworld, and that's really important because when you take damage, you lose life points. But if you can use spirits from your underworld, that means you don't need to use your life points to cast cards.
It's like a zombie play style.
Kinda.
Ah, okay.
Water is known for healing a lot, but it also has a zombie archetype. A particular deck called Water Reanimator that summons stuff from the underworld. So the idea would be that you would summon it from the underworld, activate its heal effect, and now you have a guy and you've recouped resources. Luna is known for a couple different things. One of its most popular decks that I took to Dallas was Luna Aggro. And it's kind of known for just like pushing out a lot of big bodies and playing very aggressively. But the other side of Rune is very control-based when you play around the Elestral that your mom likes but you don't like, Voldusk.
Voldusk, yeah.
The Rune phase deck is best played as a control deck, which kind of, sits on Voldusk to draw cards, get card advantage, and then eventually summon Roguelikes. But we won't talk too much about that. Wind is a toolbox type archetype. Aeolus, the Wind Divine, will allow you to switch any card you want. Almost. Any guy. And the guy you summon can do a lot of different things. We have a guy that changes a guy's stats. We have a guy that changes a guy's position. We have a guy that pops up like a set card. So you just switch whatever card you need at the time and you play him out and the guy will do it for you.
Whoa. And so you want to like keep rotating the characters? Basically?
Kinda. Like, you want to be able to like switch the card, the Elestral to play out that you need to do whatever function at the time.
And that's the Wind one?
Yeah, Wind has a lot of toolbox stuff. It has a lot of new stuff in Firestorm too. I'm on a very it's a very secretive battle trick Wind deck. It's going to be great.
Have you played the Genshin Impact TCG?
Oh, Genius Invocation TCG?
Yes, that one!
I played it a long time ago. I think it's really neat. In its early stages, I kind of wish it had more card interaction, but I think it's a very unique concept.
It's cool. That's like one of the only reasons I ever log into Genshin anymore. But the animal, which is the wind element, for those who don't know in chat, does like the same thing. It's like about like rotating the cards and stuff. So if any of you have played that, although it's like the weakest fucking element in the game, so in the TCG version.
Unlike Pokemon or what's it called, in Genius Invocation TCG, all the Elestrals will exist on the field in the same row, so there's no like rotating. They kind of they're all there together.
Okay.
The Thunder element is known for Elestral's most unique mechanic, Nexusing.
I heard about that. That's like the Delta species. They use Pokemon terms. It's like alternate elements for the Elestrals.
Kinda. It's a little bit different of a mechanic, but it allows you to combo in this game, basically.
Combo.
Yeah, there's only a couple cards that combo outside of Nexusing, so... But when I kind of go through playing the game, I'll better explain it. Sword is known for a mechanic in the game called Foretell. If you've played MTG, or you've played One Piece, this is like Scry or using a One Piece searcher. Foretell will allow you to look at the top X amount of cards in your deck. And if, depending on what's there, you will do whatever you are with the card that meets the condition for the Foretell. And if it doesn't meet the condition, after you show your opponent, you'll put the cards back in the order of your choice to the top of your deck.
I think I've seen Pokemon cards like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't play a lot of Pokemon, so you're gonna have to help me translate that one.
That's so crazy that this game is more like Yu-Gi-Oh than it is like Pokemon.
It's very Yu-Gi-Oh-esque. It doesn't have a main phase 2 if you see on your little card. There is the draw phase, the battle phase, well, the main phase, the battle phase, and the end phase. So the only time you can summon guys or set cards from your hand is normally during the main phase. There's a couple like cute battle tricks sometimes that summon guys, but for the most part, those are usually the only time you're interacting with cards directly from your hand.
Okay.
Let me just know, is this an ad? Are we hashtag adding right now?
We are not hashtag adding. We can talk shit about this game. If there's any parts that suck about it, feel free to say.
Oh, like, there's an insane ruling. There's an insane ruling that I don't agree with.
Don't tell me it's anti.
Okay, well, first off, let me show their very, very cute and exciting, tournament packs. If you guys play at your local game store, you can get tournament packs. These things come with 3 cards in them. And so you get 2 ultra commons that are like alternative arts are very cute. Sometimes they tend to be staple cards, and then you get a free promotional Stellar, which is very cool to look at. It's shiny and it has the cute little symbol.
Yeah.
You should definitely get your, if you guys are interested, you can actually get your local LGS to sign up and try out Elestrals, and if you do that, you can sometimes get a free booster box by helping Elestrals expand. So
Wait.
do I have permission to hashtag ad on your stream?
Go for it. Hashtag ad all you want.
Okay, pause. Let me grab I have a QR code, chat. I have a
Oh my
QR
God.
code for you. I gotta put this in front of my face to make sure y'all can see this. Very important. Scan and submit this to your local game store and get a booster box. Play Elestrals at your local level.
Here, I'll put it on
Very
the side of the
important
screen.
hashtag, yeah, very hashtag, yeah, very important.
Is this like your referral code, or is this like something that's just on the website?
No, this is directly through Elestrals to their website.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. No, I'm just doing this for the love of the game.
Oh my god. So
They don't even pay me.
they should pay you. They should pay you. You've been very, very, very helpful for learning about Elestrals, and like I didn't even know there were starter decks. Like my game shops, they didn't have them when I went in. So
Oh wait, how do I get rid of this thing? You did mention that the LGS didn't have a lot of stuff.
yeah, it was, but they had the plushies, which is what got me into the game. So they were cooking.
True.
But so with this code, you can like go to your local game store, and you can be like, if you scan this code, Elestrals will like what does the game store get out of it?
So Elestrals will actually hook your game store up with a tournament kit. So they'll get all these packs for free. They'll get them signed up with all their distros and everything, and get that all together.
Oh my
and
god,
then
for free?
y'all can just walk. Yeah. Well, okay. So like they'll probably have to buy a little bit of like. If they want to actually stock Elestrals, they'll need to buy stock. But if they want just a tournament pack, they'll send them a tournament pack for free.
Oh my god.
So if you and some friends convince a store to run Elestrals but not stock Elestrals, you can hypothetically buy all the starter decks online, show it to the store, and have your local game store run the tournament, and they wouldn't need to buy into any Elestrals.
What the fuck? Is there like a size limit on the stores where it's like if your local game shop is like...
No, any store that wants to run it as long as you can. I mean, obviously they'll have to talk directly to Elestrals. There's a little bit of like a... Obviously we don't want some guy running this out of his like garage or something, but if you have a physical store location for your LGS, get them in contact with Elestrals.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
We want a lot of people to get involved with organized play.
And you get the free booster box? How exactly? Like how does Elestrals know
If
it's
you are the
you?
one that like, I believe this link, one of the two links, you can fill out your info and it will contact the store. If not, the store owner can probably like vouch your name, and then Elestrals representative will get in contact with you. Alternatively, if y'all just want to talk directly to the manager that is in charge of just doing stuff for LGS, you guys can add him directly on Discord. I have his permission.
Oh my god.
I have his permission. You can add him directly on Discord.
Okay, what's his Discord?
I'll send it to you. His Discord is 0, spell out the word ZERO 725 JG. Add him. 0 will hook up your LGS.
Oh my god.
Okay. Now that we're done with the hashtag sponsored ad,
So this is, just to reiterate, this is the Discord username of the man you should contact to convince your local game stores to start doing Elestrals tournaments.
Yes, and I have his permission.
I'm sure he won't regret that.
Yeah, make him regret it. Make him regret it and stock Elestrals in every store in the United States. In the continental US, we have some stores in the UK. There's stores in Canada. We need, you know what? Who's Australian? Who's Australian? Get Elestrals in Australia. There's a competitive group of Elestrals players called the Lumaroos, okay? We need them to have stores. We need them to have cards. Do it for the Lumaroos.
What the fuck?
Sorry, hashtag ad.
I wonder what like the most obscure location is that has Elestrals. Like, could you get like an Elestrals tournament going in like fucking Greenland or something?
Oh, I'm not sure. You probably could. There's actually on their website a store locator. So if you guys wanted to see if there's a local game store near you, go use their store locator and look it up.
There you go, chat. Look up your local store, and if they don't have it, then you just add this guy on Discord. Add him.
Yeah, this guy on Discord.
Yeah. Sentinel Island. Yeah, 𝐒𝐻𝐿, Alaska. Wait, that would be so good for the meme. Do you know about that time that Pipple held like a fan competition and he was like, okay guys, where should I go do a concert next? And people chose 𝐒𝐻𝐿, Alaska.
I did hear about that.
We should have Elestrals tournaments in 𝐒𝐻𝐿, Alaska. Everyone needs that.
They can't stop you. They can't stop you.
Shipping would be fucking insane. The game store doesn't have to
do
pay
it. They'll ship to your LDS for free. They'll do it, chat. They'll do it.
Oh my god. Are there any game stores in 𝐒𝐻𝐿, Alaska? Does anyone know?
Alaskan chatters, wise up.
I feel like there's gotta be. There's gotta be one. Somewhere.
So clearly, instead of learning how to play Elestrals, we're gonna spend the rest of the stream plotting how to get every single store in the continental US to get a free package of Elestrals.
Oh yeah. Funniest way to bankrupt the company? Do you think they'd go bankrupt for this?
He worked so hard. Look at this thing. But also get Elestrals in your local game store. They'll appreciate it.
Yeah. He is really cute. I think that's the thing that every store needs. I think the second you put the plushies there, it becomes something like a little bit more real. You know, maybe that's just my woman brain, but it's like there's like so many like random TCGs, right? But when you see something with like actual physical merchandise, it's like, oh, people care enough about this product to like buy like additional content, not just the cards. Like all of the Magic the Gathering sets, those all blur together in my brain. I'm like, I don't even know which one's which.
Yeah, some of the playmats online are actually sold out. I'm a little envious of some of them because some of them are really pretty. Yes, there's one. There's a stadium. It's kind of like field spells. It's called Mountains of Boreas, and the playmat has been sold out for a long time, and I kind of regret not picking it up, to be honest.
Is there like a reseller market around Elestrals? Can you like? You said there's a Discord marketplace?
Yeah, there's a Discord marketplace, unofficial. Sometimes people like ask for trades in the main Discord. I don't want to show this right now because of everything going on regarding it, but there's a certain website where you can purchase cards that a lot of people use that you shouldn't be using for like the next couple of weeks that Elestrals also happens to be on. If you know, you know.
Yeah. So if you wanna buy Elestrals cards, the best place to do so right now would be the Discord marketplace. Do you have the name for that?
Do I have the name? Let me see if it's a public Discord. I'm pretty sure it's public, but let me see if I can find it. It's called Elestrals Market. You know what? Y'all should get in the official Elestrals Discord first, and then ask for the marketplace. They'll give it to you, and now you're in both Discords. And the next time Mr. 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐻 puts out his exciting Elestrals release videos, you'll know exactly where to get your Elestrals content and your upcoming Elestrals news and information.
Hell yeah. Okay. Did you send that? Or oh no. Okay.
No, let me grab their like official Discord link.
It's gotta just be like discord.gg/Elestrals, right?
I mean, if y'all go to any of their socials or their website, you can find the Discord link. I believe in you, netizens. I believe.
Chat.
Don't make me regret believing in you, please.
Enter this. It's probably correct. Chat, enter this and let me know if it's correct. Wait, I'll enter it.
Fact check us. Oh, you're gonna fact check it? Genius, genius.
I'm not technically allowed to just randomly join servers, but I will do so anyways. I mean, it's a big public one, so it should be fun.
Well, you're about to get hashtag sponsored by Elestrals, so you know you should definitely be in the server.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Wait, is it gonna ask for phone verification?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh god, please.
Oh, shoes.
I get.
Chad, do you know if the Elestrals Discord server asks for phone verification? I've been there too long. I can't remember. Oh, let's go!
Anything, chat. Good game. I like Sundial.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
I didn't even read the rules. Is that gonna break a rule?
Oh, I sure hope not. Okay, if that breaks a rule, I think we riot. They're gonna regret crossing me. You know how much PR I do for them?
Do you know how many boxes I buy?
You know how many Twitter threads I go to and show. Oh, by the way, everyone wishlist Elestrals Clash on Steam.
Okay. When is that coming out? It says Q2, but I'm dumb and I don't know what Q2 is.
So the fiscal year is separated into 4 different quarters. So expect sometime around like this year, this time next year.
This time next year? What? So far away? Why?
Well, you know what? If you want to play some Elestrals Clash, I can get you a beta code and we can play some Elestrals Clash.
Like on stream?
If you want, or just offline.
Allowed? Either or.
It's allowed. It's a closed beta, but once I get you in, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I want a key.
Let's go.
Yeah!
All Elestrals.
Hell yeah! Pippa doesn't know how fiscal quarters work because, listen, I don't file my taxes quarterly, okay? So how would I know when the quarters are?
I wish I didn't have to file my taxes quarterly.
You file them quarterly?
This is a non-VTuber question. Anyways.
Okay, anyways. I'll put the Discord thing, like, down in the corner for people to go to.
Thank you for showing Elestrals with me.
Hell yeah.
I go to my LGS every week and I pray that someone is interested in playing the card game.
Your LGS has people, like, just standing around?
Well, so, I live in, this isn't, like, unknown information. I live in Southern California, so there's a lot of people coming to card shops for different stuff, like Pokemon, whatever. This competition. There's a certain VTuber card game that gets 20 people playing a week, and the cards aren't even in English yet.
What the hell? What are they in?
Japanese.
Oh, well, that makes sense. How does it? How did the people playing speak Japanese?
They just learn the rules and remember what the card effects do.
But how could you argue the semantics of the cards if you don't know what it's saying?
I'm sure some of them actually know Japanese, but you know, I'm too busy playing Elestrals.
Yeah,
I can't even read English, let alone Japanese. I'm not gonna fact check these guys. They're gonna tell me something.
Yeah, I would have to be like pulling that shit up, man. I'd be like, okay, we gotta chat GPT AI translate this shit because like I don't like we have to consider the nuances of these words because if not, then somebody else might win when I am supposed to win. Whoever there is like saying like what each card does is gonna have like an unfair advantage.
Well, it's you ever hear about the story of like when you were a young kid, and I know you don't have much experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! I've heard the stories of kids showing up to their local playground with Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and you just tell them what the effects do, and the kids can't tell you otherwise.
That's based. That's based. You should do that with like a prize card pool.
Right now, Elestrals is only printed in English, so.
Oh wait, there's no other translations yet.
They're going to try, but it's a little bit hard when you're like a smaller company, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy that there's like plushies, but there's no translations for the cards.
We would have to convince another country, like, to actively stock Elestrals. And then we'd have to pick the lingua franca for said country. It's kind of a lot that goes into it. Then you'd have to print entire sets, and then you would have to like, how unfair would it be to start putting in, let's say, like Spanish or Japanese, and then if it doesn't do well, start putting cards in that language.
Oh, true. But that's the price of capitalism, baby. Gotta make money, all right? It's just about business.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. Dials on dials on dials.
Oh yeah, sundials on sundials on sundials.
Oh wait, so when do you want to start learning all this?
All right, let's learn. Teach me. Wait. Because we're doing sundial deck, we're not our chronodial deck. We're not doing like any like the fancy Nexus stuff, right?
But you have the potential to Nexus in this deck. Yes, you'd have to see the cards.
Okay, I don't know what any of my cards do. How screwed am I?
Well, I figured I would explain some of the like basic steps of the game before we actually play.
Okay.
If we're trying to go in blind, we can do that too. You know, if you know TCGs, you'll pick up Elestrals really easily.
I'm very casual TCG. I like TCGs. I play them every so often, but I've never like fully committed to actually learning how to seriously play one. It's more like I'll pop in and do my dailies on this app. Yay!
Alright, so the start of every Elestrals, we call them clashes instead of like duels or matches.
How do you shuffle? How do you shuffle these?
You just shuffle them like any like. I'm going to pretend that your deck isn't unsleeved.
Okay.
There's totally your base for that, but like part of my soul is screaming.
Hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shuffle. So you split it.
Alright, we shuffle
in half.
And
then you like. Hold on. I gotta split the cards up a little bit more. Okay, and then you go like this. They're too hard. They're too hard. They're not.
Yeah, the concept of Elestrals is kind of thick. I also don't know if that's tournament legal for shuffling because all the cards have to be facing the same direction. So I think if you like can make sure that they're all facing the same direction afterwards, it might be tournament legal. The only problem with bridging is it may unintentionally mark your card.
Mark for it being upside down? Oh, because the cards. Why did they design the back of the card to be like that?
So all the cards could face the same way?
Okay, I'm doing it.
The other way you may unintentionally mark your cards is because you're bridging it and the cardboard's a bit thicker. If some of them unintentionally curl, you will be able to tell them differently from the other cards. But it's alright, I highly doubt that. In this particular instance, I doubt the cards will warp too much, and
I don't even know
what gonna kill me for this. What? Don't you kill me for this? But I doubt your ability to stack the cards.
To stack.
It has nothing to.
Listen, I don't even know what the cards say. I can't even ring it.
Exactly.
Okay? How am I supposed to ring it? I don't even know what they say.
Exactly. You're fine.
Yeah.
So while you're shuffling, I'll explain some basic Elestrals stuff.
Okay.
The start of the clash, Elestrals is the best of 3. We don't have to do 3 if you don't want to.
We can do best of 3.
Alright, so you would determine who gets to go first via like dice or whichever means you think is like fair between you and your opponent. When you start the game, both players draw 5 cards, and one unique thing about Elestrals is that you can choose to mulligan. Do you know what a mulligan is?
That's to do a draw. Oh, no, the mulligan is when your cards all suck and you do a redraw.
So in Elestrals, in order to mulligan, you need to expend 2 spirits. So you can choose to expend 2 spirits. You would reshuffle your cards, you know, and you would draw 5 more. So the first player decides if they mulligan first. Then the second player can decide if they mulligan again or not. Then it passes back to the first player, and you can technically mulligan as many times as you want. Most people don't do more than 2, but if for some reason you wanted to mulligan your entire spirit deck, no one can stop you.
Oh.
Now, why did you do that? I'm not sure. Yeah, you can just decide to. And then when you decide that you want to can, you like keep it. And then whoever goes first goes first. This is a card game where the person going first doesn't draw, and the person going first can't attack.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But the player going second gets to draw a card and gets to attack.
Ah.
Very Yu-Gi-Oh coded.
I have not played the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, but I can kind of like imagine from the bits I've seen of the TV show, like how it
very
how
similar.
it works.
So in your main phase, you can do a couple things. I like to call them one spirit actions. You have the option to normal cast an Elestral. It's like a normal summon in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just you choose to play out a guy. You choose to play out a guy.
Uh-huh.
Every time you play out a guy, whether the guy's in attack or defense, you must use a spirit from your spirit deck to play out your Elestral.
Spirit from your spirit deck.
Mm-hmm. So Elestrals that have spirits of the same color as them or the same element. So this is a water guy with a water spirit. They are properly enchanted.
Enchanted.
That means they get all of their effects. If you choose to summon this little guy out without the water, like let's say we pick the funny monkey and we put the funny monkey underneath, it can exist on the field, but it won't have its effects. It becomes what we call misenchanted.
Missing enchantment?
Mm-hmm. Like misenchanted, yeah. So like in the game, like I told you, you have to like lose some of your spirits as you take damage.
Yeah.
You can still play out guys, it's just you might not be able to get their effect.
Gotcha. Okay, so how do we set up for the start?
Now we set up for the start, we shuffle and we draw 5 cards.
Okay.
So during the main phase, if you don't want to summon a guy, you can do a couple different things. Instead of summoning a guy, you can do a thing we call expend to draw. So if you don't summon a guy for the turn, you say I expend to draw, you take 1 damage, and then you draw a card. That means for the rest of the turn you can't normal summon a guy, but some people do that just because they want more cards in their hand.
Okay, so I have 5 cards in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and how do we decide who goes first?
You would probably like roll dice or something similar.
Okay, I got a die. Even or odd?
Your call. Also, normally you would decide who goes first or second before you draw the cards. You're not allowed to look at your cards and decide if you go first or second. But it's fun, we'll roll you.
Oh, we're not allowed to look at our cards yet?
No. I'm just trying to teach you how to play the game.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay, even. It is a 4. Okay, so I would go first. But I think because... I think because you know what you're doing, that we should disregard this and you should go first.
I think you should go first, actually, but...
Fuck, okay.
I can go first if you want.
No, I can go first. Okay, so I've got my cards, and now I can look at them.
So, if you see your handy-dandy little extra card, there's some symbols on it.
There's symbols on it. On
the back side, there's some symbols.
To declare a battle?
No, on the back side, there's some symbols. You'll see it towards the bottom side of the back side.
Phase. No, wait, which, there's...
Turn
invoke,
it
counter,
around.
artifact, divine... I don't know what side's the front side! There's no back! There's no back on it!
Well, turn it around from where you had it.
Okay, this side, right?
Yeah, so... I'll just show you my hand so you can get a better idea.
Okay, do you want to see my hand?
If you see a card with a stat line on it, like attack and defense, that's in Elestral.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
that makes sense.
And if you see cards without that, like these two, these are your runes. They're like the spell and trap cards, the magic cards of the game.
Okay.
So the one that says counter, and you can tell by the symbol, and sometimes it has text on it to tell you what it is. Like that one's an artifact rune, you can see. So artifact and invoke rune, basically anything that's not a counter rune is like an invoke rune. Invoke runes can only be played during your main phase. A counter rune you can play during either player's turn, but similar to a trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh, you gotta set it face down first, and then you gotta wait a turn.
Okay, so you wait a turn, so like if I put down a counter card on my turn, and then it was your turn after. Like, I end my turn.
I do something, and then you can go, you've activated my trap card, and then activate your counter.
Okay. Okay, so you have to wait until the end of your turn.
Hi, Caleb.
So if they counter you after you put it down, you can't be like, Uno reverse card.
No, you can't. You have to wait at least to the end phase of the turn, then at least the start of their turn. So in the draw phase, if you want to use your counter rune, yes, but your turn has to end. Like, the turn that it is placed, it has to end before you can use it.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay.
One most important thing, the divine rune. So every other rune is outside of stadiums and divines are called instant runes. And they'll immediately go to the underworld after you use them. Stadiums and divines stay up on the field as long as they have a spirit underneath. Any card that doesn't have a spirit underneath will go to the underworld, so it gets destroyed.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna remember that.
That's fine. We'll work on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and artifacts too.
Was I supposed to pull out the 20 spirit cards before I shuffled my deck?
Yes. Your spirit deck is separate from your main. This is fine. We'll sort it right now.
Okay.
Just flip it to the front and pick out the spirits.
Okay. Yeah, because I realized after I drew a spirit that could be problematic.
Yeah, normally you keep them separate and put tournament rules. They do have to be sleeved separately, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine with sleeves.
They have to. Wait, I can't just play without sleeves? This is like discrimination against poor people.
You know, I didn't really think about the socio-economic, implications of playing a children's card game.
You know, I think it's about time you consider them.
Well, Sundial, it looks like we're gonna have to go somewhere to afford some sleeves for Pippa.
Yeah. I'm selling off Sundial. I need my penny sleeves.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
You can play without sleeves, but you gotta bridge shuffle to intimidate your opponents. Official Elestrals comment. Thank you, Caleb.
Oh. Okay, so I've got... Okay, I'm gonna draw another card from my hand. Okay, and I've got all of my spirits, and this is probably 20. It was all the ones that were in the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4...
Well, you should probably double check that it's 20, because technically the rules are you shouldn't be playing the game without 20 spirits.
20.
Now, normally I would ignore this, but I'm also honor bound as a judge, so...
How many Elestrals tournaments and games have you judged?
I judge a lot at a local level, and I've done some online premieres. I think close to like maybe 10 or 12. I would have done more, but I also participate in the tournament, so it's a little bit difficult. It's a conflict of interest because I want to be there and support the staff and the judge team, but like your girl kind of wants to win sometimes,
Nah, I get you. Okay, so I've got my hand now. I've got my spirit cards separated. I've got my deck whipped out. So now, what do I now I look at my card.
That tells your cards.
Yeah.
And so you normally want to have at least one spirit Elestrals. So that means a little stone in the middle.
Yeah.
There's only one stone.
I got that.
And then normally you want to try to see a counter rune. If you don't, it's not always the end of the world, but normally you're looking for a counter rune and an Elestral.
A counter rune and an Elestral. Okay, counter... Okay, so counter looks like this for chat. And so... I don't have one of those. But is it really a big deal? Does it matter? Can I just say, fuck it, we ball?
Yeah, some people do.
Alright, fuck it, we ball.
You could also, not summon a guy and expend to draw, and maybe you'll draw into a counter. Who knows?
Nah, I wanna...
Yeah,
I wanna... Okay.
I think it's a good idea to get a guy out.
Yeah. So then... After the draw phase, we're in the main phase, so I can now cast my Elestral.
Yeah. So you get one normal cast per turn. That means you can't summon a second guy unless they have an effect that says special cast or special sim.
Gotcha. I summon to the field Eddie.
Let's go, Edward, my goat. That's my horse.
That's your goat? I hate this guy.
Well, like, Sundial's my goat, but like, Edward's kind of a fan favorite for some people.
I hate this motherfucker. He says, when you cast this Eddie, you can change the position of an Elestral. When a player casts Rock in a hard place, you can special ascend this Eddie to 𝐒𝐬𝐶 from your hand or deck. So it says win a player. So if either you or me cast either of those cards, I can evolve this guy.
Yep. And you can pull it out from your hand or deck. So if you don't have it in your hand, then it comes straight out of the deck.
Wait. It can come straight out of the... Like, the second that I get it, I can just plop it down?
If it meets the conditions to special ascend, then yes.
So, would the conditions to be to special ascend...
It would
as long
be
as I
when
have
one of us
𝐒𝐬𝐶?
plays Walk in a hard place.
Okay. Wait, so if I had 𝐒𝐬𝐶 in my deck, and you casted Rock in a hard place, I could just pull out my 𝐒𝐬𝐶 from my deck and put him here.
Well, first you would say you're activating Edward's effect. It would put it on the chain, and if I have no response, then you'd be able to summon 𝐒𝐬𝐶.
Okay, so you could, like, hypothetically counter it. You could say, nuh-uh, because I have this trap card.
Yeah, that says, no, you can't do that. Hypothetically.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So if you're gonna summon Edward, you gotta take a spirit from your spirit deck, and you gotta give it to Edward.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if it's the same type or not?
No, but if you want Edward's, like, hypothetically, if you wanted Edward's effect, you could. Alternatively, because Elestrals, right, because Elestrals have element types, if, let's pretend you had a 𝐒𝐬𝐶 in your hand, and you wanted to later, you know, summon it over Edward, you would want Edward to have water so that 𝐒𝐬𝐶's effect is active.
Okay, so if I draw this card, it's attached to him. What if I draw another card? What if I put down another Elestral? And that one has a water on it.
You can do that. So how ascending works is you just pick one of two Elestrals. You'll send that Elestral to, like, however many Elestrals you have. Let's just say you have like 2 on field, right? And they each have a spirit underneath. So if you wanted to ascend into an Elestral, you can ascend into any level type, by the way. Like, you don't need a 2 or 3 drop guy to ascend. If for some reason you wanted Eddie to have 2 spirits, you could ascend Eddie over Eddie. You would give Eddie another spirit from your spirit deck. The original Eddie would go to your underworld. And now he has 2 spirits.
So am I fucked because I have Luminate on Eddie and not the water?
It depends on what you're trying to, like, do with it. I would summon him with water with the thought in mind that we're both playing Walk in a Hard Place. But if you wanted Edward to just be on the field with Solar, it's not the end of the world because Edward's still like a 4/1. That's kind of a decent stat line. So it really depends on, like, what your motives are. I know I'm kind of like speaking in riddles, but
Can I choose which spirit then I want from my spirit pile?
you can always choose which spirit you give to an Elestral. It doesn't have to be the top. You can look at it. You can even show your opponent if you want. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but it's not against the rules if for some reason you wanted to play with your spirit deck face up.
Okay,
so
I thought it was like
your spirit deck every time you cast a card or you take a damage, and you pick the spirit you want.
I thought it was like random.
No, no. That's why the spirit math matters, because you can choose.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but you can't look through your normal deck freely.
No, you can't.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. Okay.
All right.
So now my turn.
You summon that will, right?
Yeah. And then so my turn ends because I cannot do anything else except for change his position or cast or set a rune card.
Yeah, but you can choose when you want to end the turn. So, like, just because you summon him, if you wanted to play any other cards, you could do those and then end the turn. You don't have to, like, oh no, I summoned Edward, now I can't play cards. You can summon guys and play cards in any order until you move to the battle phase.
Okay. Okay. And so this is a rune card because it has invoke on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's the artifact symbol, but it is an invoke rune.
It is an invoke rune.
So that one you can only play during your main phase, and that one in particular, because it's an artifact, it requires an Elestral. It could be yours or my Elestral, but you do have to attach it to an Elestral.
Yeah. But okay, so is any... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Okay, so anything with these is a rune, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, basically anything that doesn't have... Look at Edward and you see the little stone in the middle?
Yeah.
In between his stats, anything that doesn't have those two stats is going to be a rune.
Gotcha. Okay, and if I put a rune on him, that's enchanting him.
Yeah, so you see how my mat has these two rows here?
Yeah.
You can kind of see it. So the one in front is your Elestrals row. The one in back is your rune row. In Elestrals, it's a 4-row space. So you can have up to 4 guys or 4 runes on the field.
Can you only have a maximum of 4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a maximum of 4. So like you can have technically 8 cards in total. There's a 9th slot for your stadium card. What's kind of like a field spell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's in Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know how similar it is to... I don't know. I think MTG land cards are mana. I don't know if MTG has like field spells.
I don't think I got that far.
Alright, so when you give Edward the spirit needs to be face up.
Oh, it does?
That's the only correction. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So your opponent knows what spirit is enchanting Edward.
Okay. Okay. And then I end my turn.
Sounds good. So it's my turn. I'll draw for turn. Starting this turn, when I pass back to you, you also get to draw for the turn.
Shit, hell yeah. Okay. I did not shuffle well.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
So we'll summon Sundial.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. We'll summon Sundial and I'll use his effect. So anytime it says expend, that means you have to take damage from your spirit deck.
Okay.
So I'm going to expend 1 solar for his effect. And this allows you to enchant 1 water to the field. So you know how each of your guys has a spirit when it's on the field?
Yeah.
When you enchant something, you give something on the field an additional spirit. So I can enchant water to Sundial. And Sundial's effect, the reason why I'm chanting him is during my end phase, if Sundial has a water underneath it, it is solar and water enchanted, its effect allows me to ascend it to Nomadial from my deck or hand. So I'm gonna... You can't skip the battle phase in Elestrals. I'm gonna go to the battle phase. I'm not going to attack. And then we'll go to the end phase and I'll activate Sundial's effect.
Wait, you were able to cast and ascend him because of his effect?
Because of his effect. So you can normally enchant only once per turn, but Sundial's effect allows him to enchant a water to himself. Which is why we took the 1 damage. And then his other effect is if he has 1 water, he can ascend in the end phase.
Oh, he's like a speed runner.
He is. It's a shame no one plays him.
Oh, I like
So every time you ascend, you have to so you know how he has 2 spirits, right?
Yeah.
And you think, well, that's exactly how many spirits Nomadial needs. Every time you ascend, you must use a spirit from your spirit deck. So I'm gonna go into Nomadial and I'm gonna give him a water. And when you ascend, you can choose which position. Like anytime you cast, you'd always choose the position. I'm gonna put him in defense because he has more defense than attack. And then I will pass the turn to you. And then you'll get to draw a card.
Oh, I drew when you said... Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
I messed up. Okay.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll pass the turn to you, you draw, that's your draw phase.
Okay. And I drew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so now I can... It's main phase. So...
Yeah, it's the main phase, so you can choose to...
Cast?
You can either cast, you can ascend if you have like someone you want to ascend. You can enchant a spirit. If you choose, instead of summoning a guy, you could give Edward a second spirit. I don't know why you do that in this situation, but you have that option. Or you can choose to take one spirit of damage and draw a card.
Okay, well that's dumb. I would never do that. You're voluntarily sacrificing your XP. You could get more guys on the field. You could power up your guys. Okay. Okay, so this card has 2 water. So
so you'd have to give it 2 water to activate it.
Okay, and there's 1 water on Eddie already.
You can't use the water underneath Eddie to cast that card. Each card on the field needs its own spirit, so you would have to take 2 from your spirit deck for your water fan.
Okay, but I can do that. I can put this down on Eddie, and then I can draw 2.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm surprised
it's
not...
so you would put it in your rune roll. I know you don't have a lot of space, but you would take out the 2 spirits, the 2 water spirits. You would... And then you would put that card on top of the water spirits, and then we would just be under the assumption that it's empowering Edward. So when you equip an artifact to an Elestral, it's called empowering.
Ah, so is this correct?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. Okay, so now, because I have done that, I cannot attack.
No, you can still attack. So empowering is not the same as so you could still summon a guy. You could still, you could, for some reason, if you wanted to, you could give Edward another spirit. You could expend to draw. It's just... You only get like one of these things per turn, whether you summon a guy, you give a guy a spirit from yours. I know it's a weird concept, but basically, you know how Sundial has an effect that gives him a spirit?
Yeah.
Pretend Sundial didn't have an effect that gave him a spirit. And you passed the turn and for some reason you didn't destroy Sundial. Instead of summoning a guy, I can take my action to summon a guy to instead give Sundial the spirit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, okay.
I know that's a concept of all time, but...
I summon... Dratagwa. When this... Dratagwa... Wait, hold on. I'll put it up here and then... When this Dratagwa receives 1 or more water, you can return up to 2 water from your underworld to your spirit deck. Oh, wait! Wait, then I shouldn't cast him because I should wait until I've taken more damage.
So Dratagwa is a good example of a when effect. Elestrals have either on-cast effects, active effects, or when effects. When effects trigger as many times as they can trigger. So when you summon Dratagwa, it receives water for the first time. And that would be when you could activate its effect. And any other time it receives water, like if you were to enchant it or another card gives it water, you can activate its effect again as many times per turn as you want.
Okay. But it would still be a waste to do it now because I don't have any damage to heal.
It's not one of each action per turn. If you follow the flowchart, it's one of those 4 actions per turn. So similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! How like you can either normal or tribute summon. You can normal cast, or you can cast out an Elestral. You can ascend an Elestral in place of your normal cast. Or you can choose to enchant, or you can choose to expend to draw. But if you take one of those 4 actions, you can't do the other 3. Unless it's from an additional card effect.
Yeah.
Like, there's special summons in this game when they're applicable.
Okay, Wait. So why didn't I... Oh, wait, because I couldn't attack the first one. Okay. I put down another Eddie. Instead.
Alright.
And then I give him...
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, the spirit. And then now it goes on to the attack phase?
So I would also use Edward's effect to switch my Nomadial to attack. So
Okay.
Edward has an on-play effect. It says when you cast this Edward, you
Oh,
can, you don't have to use effect. So, because Nomadial has a 6 defense. In Elestrals, if attack and defense is tied, the defense Elestral is not destroyed. So Edward has 4 attack. Your artifact that's empowering him gives him 2 attack. You'll want to switch my Nomadial to attack so that you can destroy it.
You're so kind. You're such a gentle teacher. Okay, I cast down Eddie and send your Nomadial into attack mode.
Alright. Nomadial will switch to attack.
And then Eddie attacks him.
So in Elestrals, this is just important for later. The only time you take damage is when there's either a direct attack or when there's multiple spirits.
Oh. Wait, do multiple spirits do multiple damage?
Yeah, but if you're the attacker and you have more attack, you will not take damage. So because Edward has 6 attack to my 5, you're not going to take any damage for Nomadial. But if they were equal 5-5, how you do the damage is you look at the spirits underneath each Celestial, and you would do the math. So if we both had 1-1, no one takes damage. If Edward and Nomadial were equal, you would take 2 damage because Edward has 1 spirit and Nomadial has 3. But you don't take any damage here because Nomadial has less attack than Edward.
Oh.
So you destroy Nomadial, and now with the second Edward that's not empowered by Trident of Poseidon, you can choose to declare an attack directly to my spirit deck.
So Eddie took out your guy, and now the other Eddie is doing damage to you.
Yeah, you can make it a direct attack, so you'll swing with Edward.
Is that like more? Like is that from the spirit? Is that the trident as well?
No, only the spirits underneath Edward. Yeah, so the one with the trident swings and destroys Nomadial. No one takes any damage. The one that attacks me directly, now that I have to, when you take direct damage to your spirit deck or just any damage to your spirit deck, you choose a spirit of your choice to expend. You have to show your opponent which spirit. I'm gonna take 1 water spirit worth of damage. It will go to my underworld.
Okay, wait, that only does 1 damage from Eddie, even though his attack is 4?
So the damage is based on the spirits underneath Edward. Yeah. So if hypothetically my Nomadial that had 3 attacked you, you would have taken 3 damage.
Gotcha.
Hypothetically.
I see. Okay, alright. Your turn!
Sounds good. I'll draw.
Wait, do you draw back up to 5 each time, or do you only draw 1 more card?
No, you draw 1 card.
Okay. Gotcha.
So a throwback for all of our duelists out here. I activate Pot of Greed, which allows me to draw 2 cards.
Whoa!
This is Nectar of the God, and its effect is very similar. For 2 spirits, you get to draw 2 cards. So we're going to Nectar of the Gods, and I'm going to, as the kids say, draw 2 cards.
She
so
did
draw
the thing.
2 cards. And then I will set 1 card. And I will normal cast out in attack. And a Elestral called Foamy. This is the altar for Foamy.
Oh! Because he's... Yeah, wait, chat saw him yesterday. Ah!
So Foamy's effect, its attack is 2/3, is when Foamy is destroyed, I can special cast a 1 spirit water Elestral for my deck in defense position. So when he's destroyed, he can summon out a guy.
When he's destroyed. So if I attack him, I'll be playing into your hand. Shit.
So with that in mind, I pass. Well, I go to the battle phase and then I pass the turn to you.
You don't attack me?
Because Foamy only has 2 attack.
Right, and I got But I only have 1 defense.
Well, yeah, but if they're both in attack, you use the attack stat. If it's in defense,
right,
then you're attacking defense.
Okay. Okay, I draw a card. I don't... Okay. You can... Okay, it says you can Nexus. What does that mean?
So, Nexusing, you need at least 2 cards on the field. What Nexus does is, say, hypothetically, I had, like, Sundial back on the field here.
Uh-huh.
So you need at least 2 cards, whether it's pretend Sundial or your artifact. You would declare that you're going to Nexus. You would pick 1 spirit that is going to be Nexus from... You would pick basically the receiver and the card that it's being Nexus from. So if I Nexus from Sundial 1 water, I would move the spirit underneath Sundial to Foamy, give it to Foamy. But afterwards, because Sundial has no spirits, he goes to the underworld. So it's moving spirits around on the field. So if you wanted to Nexus, first Aethos would have to be on the field. Then you would have to move spirits from one of your cards. Which is why sometimes people will enchant onto their field to have additional spirits, so they don't need to destroy any of their cards. Alternatively, you can say, well, I already have 1 Edward, I don't need the second one. I'll just Nexus from that Edward and destroy him.
Oh, okay.
And then you put for me back to 1 spirit.
Okay. Okay, alright. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay.
Yeah, Nexus 2 does mean to move 2 spirits. You can Nexus less than 2. And Aethos' effect is you get to draw a card for each spirit that it Nexuses.
But we're at a stalemate here. It wouldn't make any sense to attack you. Or to destroy Eddie right now. I should just bide my time. And hope for a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm. You could, in this situation, hypothetically, if you wanted to, you could expend to draw.
But then I have to give up one of my spirits.
You do, but like not to metagame. You do have a card that might heal back spirits.
True. Drato Agua. But...
So sometimes it is good to expend to draw when you're not in a position to summon another guy. You want to find rock in a hard place, so sometimes expending to draw can find you that card.
That's true.
Its focus effect is only when it's destroyed in battle. So hypothetically, if you could find some other way to destroy Foamy, its effect wouldn't go off.
True.
Totally not foreshadowing for you.
The hoarder mentality. I have the hoarder mentality, man. This is why in Genius Invocation TCG, my favorite element is Geo, even though it's dog shit. It's like Geo is like unironically the weakest, but like basically all you do is you just stall forever and hoard cards, and it's so nice. You might, unironically, unfortunately, you might really like the Voldust deck because that's kind of what Voldust does. I don't want Voldusk. I'm sure there's other decks that will do similar. This deck can kind of do that, to be honest. I discard Illuminate Spirit because I hate him and I want him to die. And so this goes... you expend Illuminate. Yep, it goes to your underworld. Just make an underworld pile. Put him face up somewhere on the screen. Okay, I'll put another seal on him. Okay. Right. And then I grab a card from the deck. Okay, your turn. Okay, I draw. Very honest. I draw for turn. Okay. Let's see. I will go ahead and... It's always just funny because it helps both of us, but I'm just gonna teach you about Stadium Room. So I'm gonna put this off to the side here. So this is Atlantis, and Atlantis is a stadium room. While this is on the field, all the Elestrals that have water enchantments underneath them. So if, let's say one of your Edwards was solar, but you empowered it with Trident, it wouldn't get the effect of Atlantis because it needs it underneath. Gotcha.
But at least this makes it so that all Elestrals that are water enchanted on the field get +1 attack and +1 defense for each water underneath them.
Interesting. Okay. And that helps us both, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does, because we both have a water glide.
Yeah.
So I'm going to summon out in attack Q-side. Q-side has 1 attack and 4 defense.
Uh-huh.
So Q-side has a cute little effect. It says when Q-side is destroyed in battle by an opponent, you must either discard a card or expend 2 spirit. So you have to either discard a card or take 2 damage if this guy is destroyed.
Interesting.
And we'll cast you.
Okay, alright. I cast. Wait, I draw.
You draw first, and then you'll do whatever you want.
I got a little excited there, sorry. I cast!
You love the excitement, don't apologize at all. You're learning a new TCG.
Rock and a hard place!
Goodness me!
Wait, can I cast? I just have to draw. Yeah, I can draw as many spirits as I want, right?
So go into your spirit deck and get the appropriate spirits to pay for it. So a fun thing about Walk in a Hard Place, chat. In order to activate Walk in a Hard Place properly, there needs to be at least 1 Elestral and 1 back roll. You can misenchant it otherwise, but that's a little bit advanced.
Wait, one what? 1 Elestral and 1 what?
1 Elestral and 1 set card, or 1 rune. So technically Atlantis also counts, I believe. So you either pick one of my 2 Elestrals or one of my 2 magic cards. You pick one of the 4. Like, pick 1 Elestral and pick one of my Speller Traps, right? That's the condition for activating.
Yeah. Okay.
And after you pick one of those two, I have to decide to destroy one of the 2.
Okay.
And it has a special effect where it can't be chained by counter wound. So if this card right here is hypothetically a counter wound, I can't play that in activation in response to Lock in a Hard Play.
Gotcha. Okay, so your foamy, his ability was like a counter attack, right?
Yeah, both of these effects are when they're destroyed by battle.
Okay, and the other one that you just played, what was his effect?
So, Foamy, if destroyed by battle, summons another 1-spirit water Elestral from my deck in defense position.
Right.
Q-side, if destroyed by battle, will make you either discard a card or take 2 spirit damage.
Okay.
You'll have to expend 2 spirits.
But if I cast this, you would have to pick between this and your trap card, but you would...
Yeah. So whichever card you choose, I would have to destroy one of the 2, and that's also very telling for information, because whichever one I want to hold on to might be important.
Okay, well, I cast this, and you have to pick between the Fugu, the fucking pufferfish, or your trap card, of which you only have 1.
Okay. So now that you've cast Walk in a Hard Place, you're gonna want to put one of your Edward's effect on the chain. So you just declare that, like, now that I've declared Walk in a Hard Place, I activate Edward's effect. I suggest you pick the one that doesn't have the artifact on it.
Really?
Because if Edward leaves the field, the Trident also leaves the field.
What? Shit.
Because the Trident is empowering Edward, so you want to pick the one that's not. So I'll destroy my Q-side. Okay. You can now go look through your deck for Kura Abyss, because Edward's effect is going to go on.
I already had him in my hand.
Alright, so you'll take a spirit from your spirit deck too. You'll send Edward to the underworld, and you'll special ascend your Kura Abyss over Edward.
Okay, does his spirit card go with him?
No, the spirit card stays because it's special ascend.
Okay.
So Edward heads to the underworld on top of the Luminate. You'll grab another water from your spirit deck. And then also really quick, go back to your spirit deck and grab the Luna and Water Spirit for Walk in a Hard Place.
Yeah.
So Walk in a Hard Place is an invoke rune. Invoke rune and counter runes after cast immediately go to the underworld, so you just send them to the underworld too. It doesn't stay on the field like Trident.
Wait, all these go by?
Yeah, those ones go by.
Okay. And I need to keep the spirits separate, right? From...
You don't need to. I just throw them in a pile. It's helpful for players to separate them. You might want to potentially, because if we're gonna play a full 3-rounder, you're gonna need to separate out your spirits later.
Fuck. Okay.
Can work with it.
Okay. Hold up. Okay. Bow. Gotcha. Okay, alright. Okay. I need to move Sundial out of the way. He's kinda... I don't have much space. Okay.
Goodbye, Sundial.
Goodbye. There we go. Getting a little bit more organized here. Okay. Okay. And 𝐒𝐿𝐴v's ability was you can disenchant 2 water from your field in order to destroy a card if it is your sword. Wait, is this on top of Rock in a Hard Place?
Huh? So this is 𝐒𝐿𝐴v's own effect. You don't have to activate it. So when you disenchant from the field, that means those cards will no longer have those spirits. So if they don't have enough spirits underneath, they'll go to the underworld. So keep that in mind.
You could like suicide yourself.
Yeah, so like hypothetically, if you said, you know what, 𝐒𝐿𝐴v has enough attack, I don't need this trident on Edward anymore, you could disenchant off the trident because it has 2 water and then activate 𝐒𝐿𝐴v's effect.
Oh, and this doesn't count for the battle phase.
No, you're still in your main phase.
Oh my god.
But you can only activate that effect in the main phase. So if you go to the battle phase, you can't decide in the middle of the battle phase to use 𝐒𝐿𝐴v's effect.
Gotcha. Okay, well how much health does your guy have? Your foamy?
The foamy is normally a 2/3. Everything with Atlantis is +1 right now, but since everything has water, just kind of ignore it. It's basically just a 2/3. It's technically a 3/4 right now.
And if I attack...
And Edward is a 5/2.
And if I attack with my guy, he doesn't lose any spirits.
No. So if they're both 1/1 guys, no one takes any spirit damage. If they were the same attack, they would both be destroyed. But Edward, with the artifact, and 𝐒𝐿𝐴v has more attack than foamy.
𝐒𝐿𝐴v kills foamy.
In the battle phase?
Yeah.
Alright. Yep. And I will activate foamy's effect to cast a water Elestrals from my deck in defense position. Whoopsie. So I'm gonna switch from my deck. And in defense, I'm going to cast my own Edward.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give him a water spirit. And since Edward's effect is on cast, I'm gonna use his effect to change a 𝐒𝐿𝐴v to defense.
I don't like that card.
So I'm gonna change it, so you'll just change your guy to defense.
Like
but
that?
Edward can still attack if you want to.
Okay.
Because he hasn't declared an attack yet this turn.
Wait.
So 𝐒𝐿𝐴v declared an attack, but your Edward can still attack if he wants to. I'm just reminding you.
Wait, my Eddie can also attack?
Yeah, so both all Elestrals on the field, if capable, can attack. If they're in attack position. So you could use Eddie. You could do some Eddie on Eddie violence right now.
Eddie on Eddie violence? Wait, yeah, because my Eddie's stronger!
Well, okay, so Eddie's in my Eddie has to be specialed in defense by foamy's effect.
Yeah.
So you're not attacking into 4 attack Edward. You're attacking into 2 defense Edward.
2 defense, but I still have more attack.
Yeah, so you'll beat him either way.
My Eddie kills your Eddie!
So when you declare the attack, I'm going to activate my trap card, which is Gorgon's Gaze. Gorgon's Gaze does a bunch of stuff. The text is incredibly too long, and it's like the best counter card in the game. But the only thing that it does right now is that it stops your attack, so that you can't destroy Eddie. So
Okay.
I'll pay 1 solar and 1 solar, 1 water for Gorgon's Gaze. And since it's a counter wound, it will go to the underworld. Alright.
Wait.
And then if you have nothing else to do, you can go to the end phase and pass turn. But hypothetically, like if you had your own counter wounds, you could like activate them in response to mine.
I end my turn.
Okay, we'll draw with one. Oh? Hmm. Okay.
Damn it. Welcome in, Rune.
Oh, this is gonna get a little silly. I'm gonna change Edward to attack.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to get silly next one. That will turn this offline, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and we'll summon Aphelios in defense. And I'll use its effect to Nexus. So I'm gonna take the spirit underneath Atlantis and give it to Aphelios. Atlantis will go to the underworld, and because I Nexus one spirit, I can draw one card. If I Nexus two spirits, I could have drawn two. We'll go to the battle phase, and I'll attack Edward into your 2 defense co-workers.
Is he dead?
Yeah, that's what happened, unfortunately. So he's gonna head to the underworld.
Wait, I have a counter card. It does, well, wait, but it would have to be on the field, right? It would have to be like.
Yeah, you have to set counter cards. Yeah.
This is bullshit. Fucking damn it. Okay.
And I will pass you.
Okay, so I draw to start my turn. Oh my god. Okay, and then I can cast an Elestral.
Nice one too.
Okay. I draw Jatagua. When this Jatagua receives 1 or more water, you can return up to 2 water from your underworld or your spirit deck. So I attach the water to him. And then
I summon Jatagua. You can use its effect.
Yes.
I would summon it in defense.
Oh yeah, because he has 4. Good call. Okay. And then I can grab 2 of the water cards from my underworld.
And return them to your spirit deck.
Right. Oh, nice. Okay.
And at any time during like a match, you could always ask your opponent for, they call it a spirit count, and you just ask them how many like spirits they have left in there. Like how many life points you have. And you just count it. Okay. So I have 6.
I have... Okay, I see where like a D20 would come in handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13. How did I get down from 20 already?
Oh, good question. I was 6, so like you're in a much better position than I am.
Shit. Well, yeah. Okay, and then I have a counter card. And so I can play that.
You're gonna have to set it, yeah. Yeah, counter wounds have to be set before they are played, but invoke you can cast when doing your main phase.
Okay. And okay, so this means it costs 2 of these, right?
Yeah, if you see 2 stones, that's how much it costs, yeah.
And I put those under it?
Yeah, okay. So you put the rune face down, you'll pay for the counter rune when you activate it.
Okay.
You can also bluff set invoke wounds, you just can't bluff set stadiums. Gotcha. So if you remember my Pot of Greed from earlier, if I wanted to, I could set that to pretend it's a trap card.
Gotcha. Its effect is on the chain negated. What does on the chain mean?
So, you know how when I told you to put Eddie's effect on the chain after Walk in a Hard Place?
Yeah.
So, when you cast Walk in a Hard Place, Edward's effect, when you declare it, goes on a new chain. I can't cast counter wounds in response to Walk in a Hard Place. But after the chain that Walk in a Hard Place is on resolves, I can choose to chain to Edward. But I let that go through because I wanted you to summon 𝐒𝐲𝐓. But if hypothetically, let's say I cast Walk in a Hard Place and you choose to keep your Gorgon's gaze, when my Eddie on the new chain tries to ascend into 𝐒𝐲𝐓, you can stop its effect.
Okay. Okay. Alright. I end my turn. Wait, no, I end my first phase and then I attack you. I fucking attack you. I attack your Eddie.
Well, Eddie on Eddie violin.
Eddie on Eddie violin.
Go to the underworld.
Who's my Eddie? And how much your other guy got?
This is a 4 defense. Well, Elestrals can't attack in defense save for one specific Elestral.
Okay. Okay, I end my turn.
Okay, we'll draw for turn. So we will go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna summon out an attack Galaxy. So Galaxy is normally a 2/5, and this is the card in the game with the most complicated ruling. I will explain this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So Galaxy says, while this Galaxy is enchanted, which means while it has a water spirit, swap each water enchanted Elestral's attack with its defense.
What?
Yeah, so Edward right now, because Trident of Poseidon gives it +2, it would be normally a 6/1. With Galaxy on the field, it's a 1/6.
So if I attacked with this, I would do 1 damage to you?
Your Elestral will get destroyed because it has less attack than Galaxy. Because Galaxy is a 2/5, but because of its effect, it's a 5/2. I know, it's complicated. It's complicated. I know.
What? Okay, so I would have 1.
On the field, any guy that has water underneath in any capacity, you look at the attack and defense, and you swap it. Like, you just swap the numbers. You swap the numbers.
And the Trident?
But there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy. So, the Trident gives Edward +2 attack. The Trident applies before the whale. So instead of making Edward what you would think would be a 4/3 because it increases attack, it makes Edward a 6/1, and then Edward becomes a 1 attack, 6 defense because the attack and defense is swapped. After it's added, it's a whole thing with this wheel.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, this is the quadrant that I was talking about. Well, I don't entirely agree with the ruling, but we just live with it. We just live with it.
So basically, you should always have Galaxy in your deck.
Okay, so if you have another Galaxy, say you summon your own, it swaps back again.
So you should always...
Neither of them exist on the field.
You should always have Galaxy in your deck.
It's really popular, Elestral. Not everyone wants Galaxy, though. It has counter cards. Like a certain card that is set on the field that, like, negates effects or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know what kind of card that would be, though.
And I can't use my trap card to stop that from happening.
You can. Yeah, you can.
I can? Because
you can... Counter wounds can be played on either player's turn at any time. The best way to use that to counter Galaxy is either when Galaxy is attacking you or when you're attacking Galaxy. Because if you use it right now, I can just choose not to attack, and then the next turn the effect of the whale comes back.
But I will be sacrificing one of my Elestrals because your guy is going to be able to demolish him.
Well, not entirely. So Elestrals in the battle phase, if I proceed to the battle phase, has different steps. There's the attack declaration. So you declare an attack, then there's the battle phase.
Yeah.
If you activate Gorgon's Gaze in the battle phase, it's too late for me to stop the attack. And you stop Galaxy's effect. That means when Edward and Galaxy battle, Galaxy's effect, if stopped by Gorgon's Gaze, will return it to a regular 2/5 and return your Edward to a 6/1.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, is there Exodia in this game?
Goodness, there isn't. There's a couple decks where it's Exodia-esque in terms of if you want to up the correct cards, it is almost a guaranteed win, but
What deck is that? How do I get that deck?
it's not as consistent as people would hope, but there's a couple like hidden FTKs in the world. You can get some from the newest set Firestorm, which will you know, if you are still so willing to accept it from the Elestrals team, we're hoping to give to you after this tweet.
Can I have it shipped to like a local game shop and then I pick it up from there?
Huh? We'll get you in contact with their team and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Huh.
Anywho, so if I declare an attack on Edward, you will wait for the attack step to go through to the battle step, and then you will say battle step. I activate Gorgon's Gaze. You would flip your trap card.
I activate my trap card.
You do. You would pay the 2 spirit forward of your choice from your spirit bank.
Any choice? I pay 2 Luminate because wait, no, I shouldn't do that because I can't get access to him. 2 Leviathan because I can heal. And these go to the underworld.
Yeah. And so Gorgon's Gaze requires a target on activation. So you say, I Gorgon's Gaze in the battle step targeting your galaxy.
I Gorgon's Gaze in the battle step your galaxy.
Close enough. Yeah, so Galaxy's effect will turn off. And now when these two crash for the battle, Galaxy will get destroyed because Edward has more attack in it. And it will go to the underworld.
Ah! Okay, and then I throw this away?
Yeah, you'll send it to the underworld. Oh, yes. And now that you've used a counter wound to win combat.
I what?
You've used a counter wound to win combat. You know, like you've done something with it. Pass you.
I draw a card. Okay.
Goodness me, chat. Pippa is quite the formidable opponent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think she's gonna be the Elestrals natural.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just you wait. Okay. And you don't have Galaxy anymore.
Nope. I don't have Galaxy and I don't have any set card.
Okay. I cast Sundial to the field.
Oh, Sundial.
I didn't even read what he does. I just really wanted him on here. Who can
he does stuff if you want to use his effect. Don't forget to give him a soul.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have Wait, you can expend solar in order to enchant water to your field. During this end phase, you can special ascend the Sundial to the moon. Okay, so if I play him, I put a solar on him. But then I can use his effect to trade the solar for a water, and then I can pull Nomadial from my deck.
So he would have the solar underneath it. You would take 1 more solar damage to give him a water from your spirit deck.
Right.
Next the end phase, you can bring out Nomadial from your hand with deck.
Okay. So then I use the effect.
Yeah, so sometimes the effect is 1 per turn. So you'll use his effect, you'll take 1 damage.
Yeah.
And then you'll give him a water from your spirit deck after expending that 1 solar spirit.
Right. And now I can search my deck for Nomadial.
No, that's during the end phase. You'll want to go probably to the battle phase and destroy my guy first.
Which one's the end? Oh, the end phase. Effects wear off. Okay, after. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so that's after the battle fate.
Okay, I use Eddie to kill your foamy. I don't remember who you had on the field.
The Ethereals, the same thing. Ethereals goes to the underworld. And since Sundial's still an attack, if you wanted to, you could declare an attack directly to my spirit deck.
Sundial attacks you directly. For
Goodness
2
me,
damage.
Sundial, how could you turn against
1
me?
damage, technically. Yeah.
I'll give you 1 solar, 1 moon.
It's over for you. Oh my god.
Right, and then so during the end phase, you're the turn player, you have priority, you would activate Sundial's effect.
Okay. Activate his effect. And now
Now you can go search through your deck or your hand for a Nomadial.
Okay, and I don't have to reshuffle?
You will reshuffle afterwards, yeah.
Okay. And then I can place Nomadial on him, or I keep this...
So Sundial
special
will go
ascend
to
him.
the underworld for the special ascend. Anytime you ascend, the Elestral being ascended over goes to the underworld. So Nomadial comes out of your deck, and then anytime you ascend, you have to take another spirit from your spirit deck to give to Nomadial.
So I should wait until next turn.
Oh no, you do it now. You do it now.
I do it now?
You do it now. It's just a requirement that it takes another spirit.
Okay, so I discard the spirits attached to Sundial.
No, that stays on the field.
Okay.
So whenever you ascend, it's kind of like actually I don't know. In Pokemon, when you evolve a Pokemon, does it keep the energy?
Yes.
Same thing, same concept.
Okay.
Except now in Elestrals, when you ascend over it, when you evolve it, you gotta give it 1 more energy from your spirit deck.
Okay.
Even if it already has enough energy to meet its cost. Every time you ascend, you must give it a spirit from your spirit deck.
Okay, I discard another energy, then, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7
So you
energy
don't
now.
discard it, you would give it to the Nomadial.
Oh,
it
I
would
do?
stay underneath the Nomadial. Yeah. That's
Oh.
how ascending works. You give it to the Elestral. The reason why that's important is because you don't lose the game when you hit 0 spirits.
Wait, you don't?
You lose the game when you would hit 0 spirits and have to expend 1 more time. The reason why is because invoke encounter wounds like Pot of Greed or like Gorgon's Gaze, you can play off spirits on your field. So hypothetically, if you pulled a certain card called Ambrosia and you still had a spirit on your field, you could use the spirit underneath that to play only your counter and invoke wounds. You could use that spirit and then heal up. But you can't cast any more guys when you're on 0 spirit.
Yeah, because you don't have anything else. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you basically you run out of gas essentially. Yeah, I think that's a good comparison, Joel. Yeah. You're still in your car. You're just out of gas.
Alright, so now you've ascended the Nomadial, and if you got nothing else to do, you'll pass turn.
Yeah, because I can't change position. Can I change the position of my guy?
You
Next turn?
can, but only next turn you can if you want. You can only change the position during the main phase unless it's a card that lets you swap positions.
Okay. Okay, I end my turn.
Alright, we'll draw my turn. Let's see. It's not looking very hot here. I will misenchant Tadpuff in defense. So part of the reason why sometimes people will like summon guys out misenchanted is because you know how Nomadial has 3 spirits underneath it?
Yeah.
If pretend he was the only Elestral on your field, making him attack into my guy makes it so that I don't take 3 damage.
Bleed damage?
I don't have to take the 3 damage because you take damage equal to the spirits. So you don't take damage equal to the like stones.
Yeah.
You take damage equal to how many spirits are underneath it in general.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so that's just one of the concepts.
Okay. Okay, alright.
And then we'll pass to you, so I'm on 2 spirit.
You ended your... You did your battle phase? Oh, you can't attack. Okay.
So yeah, I'll go to battle phase. I won't be able to attack, then I'll head to the end phase and then pass you.
Okay, I draw a card. Okay, and I Can I move? I can change one of your Astral... Okay. I can change his position for free?
Yeah, before you do anything, I would read 𝐏𝐿𝐼's second effect real quick.
Okay, what does that say? You can expend in order to enchant from your underworld to your field and special send this no. He just keeps evolving! Oh my god. I evolved my 𝐏𝐿𝐼!
Yeah, so you gotta make sure you have the right amount of spirit to expend though. So like... Let me go look at my 𝐏𝐿𝐼 to make sure. Yeah, so as long as you have 1 solar and 1 water.
Yeah, I have one of each on him already.
Okay, you'll expend it, and then you can take 1 from your underworld, give it to 𝐏𝐿𝐼, and then look for a 𝐒𝐎𝐍𝐼 in your deck to send it to, or from your hand if it's in your hand.
Wait. So I take the solar and the water off of 𝐏𝐿𝐼.
No, when you expend, it has to come from your spirit deck.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. So that's why it kind of matters on what spirits you keep.
Yeah. Okay, and then I take these, and these go to the underworld. Okay.
That's how you expend them.
Right.
And now, if you want to use 𝐏𝐿𝐼's effect, you can enchant a water and a solar from your underworld to the field. So you can either give it to 𝐏𝐿𝐼 or anyone else you want to give it to. So I would do that just to generate spirit advantage.
I take these back from the underworld?
Yeah, now you just give them to whoever you want on the field. You could give it to Edward, you could give it to the Trident, you can give it to... If you give it to 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, the water, you can activate its effect to heal too.
Do I have to give them both to 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻?
Actually, that's a good question. No one's ever actually, like, activated 𝐏𝐿𝐼. I'm assuming you can choose, because there's another Elestral with a similar effect. I think you can choose the position for both.
Wait, it has a slash on it. So I think you only get 1 card. I don't think you get both back. Because otherwise
it does have a slash, yeah. So I suppose if you wanted 1 water...
Okay.
You can enchant the water. If you wanted to pick a solar, you could also pick the solar. So you enchant 1 water to 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻.
Yeah, I enchant 1 water to 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻, and now I get to what do I get to do again? Let's look at this thing.
So 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 is a win effect. Now that it's received water, you can put its effect on the chain. And you can return up to 2 water from your underworld to your spirit deck. So let you heal 2 if you want to.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
Up to 2. So if you only have, like, let's say 1 water, you could still heal the 1 water. You just want to get the full effect.
Okay, I put these back in my spirit deck then. And that brings me up to 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 spirits.
And now you can activate now 𝐏𝐿𝐼's effect will start to so normally first 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻's effect goes on a new chain, but you just go look for 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐻.
Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to shuffle again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not every deck shuffles though, I promise.
Wait, I don't see the 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 in this. Did I take it out?
I sure hope you didn't, because you need a 40-card deck.
Okay, I see him sitting right next to me. I took him out to look at him. Do I just slip him back in and we pretend this didn't happen?
If you want an Elestrals jaw, just tune away from the stream for the next 5 seconds. Yes, just slap him on top of the alligator.
Okay. Yay!
I'm so getting revoked. After this.
He's shiny. Okay.
Yep. And since you're ascending him, you'll need to grab another spirit from your spirit deck.
Okay. I only grab 1?
Yeah, just 1.
Okay.
Anytime you ascend, it's 1 spirit. But you can't ascend into him unless there's at least 2 spirits on your field.
Gotcha. Okay.
And those spirits must be underneath an Elestral or 2 separate Elestrals. Gotcha.
Okay. Alright, he is summoned.
Alright, point. He's on the field.
And he had... Okay, and now I can change his position because I can do that any amount of times per turn.
So you can do it once per Elestral. When you summon him, you should probably summon him in attack or defense, depending on the scenario. So like Dokuro right now, if you change Dokuro to attack, you can't decide later when the turn before the battle phase to turn it back to defense.
Gotcha.
But I would summon... You can't change them the turn they're summoned either. I would just summon him in attack, personally. But...
In attack? Why attack? He's got 14 defense.
So my guy has 1 defense.
Yeah.
And I have no back row currently, so in the current game state, it's more efficient to summon him in attack so that he can do damage to me.
Oh,
I guess in the regular game state, you are correct summoning him in defense.
But what if you summon something like really cool and badass that like fucks everything up?
They have cards like that. One's a woman.
Oh.
Mama Bear is basically Lightning Storm for you Yu-Gi-Oh players. When she hits the field, she can destroy a bunch of cards on the field when she comes out.
Oh, I want that one. She sounds badass.
Theirs goes crazy in the new set, and you might even get the bear deck from your creator board.
I don't actually like bears. Can I get more sundials?
Not for the creator box, though.
Okay.
I think I can hook you up with some sundials.
I do love me some sundial. Okay, all right. I enter the battle phase.
And
I attack you with Eddie.
You're gonna wanna... Yeah, good job. You attack me with Eddie. And tab puff will go to the underworld.
And then I attack you with Chronodile. And
how many spirits does Chronodile have underneath him?
He has 1, 2, 3. Just 3.
Alright, the Nomodile is supposed to be in the underworld, but close enough. My
bad.
Are you sure he has 3? Did you give him 1 from the Ascension?
Yes. I think.
Well, we'll figure that out. Regardless, because that is more than 2. You have won the first class. Congratulations.
Oh, it was so easy. Oh man, you weren't even trying, were you? Okay, what's my...
You definitely have me on the ropes. And then after the match, you sort out your cards, and whoever loses in the best of 3, whoever loses the match decides when they start, like, the next match. So who starts, like, chooses who goes first or second. The first match is determined randomly. The loser picks who goes first or second in the subsequent matches. So if I lose the first match, I get to pick if I go first or second. And if I beat you, then you choose who goes first or second. Or if you beat me, then the episode would be over because it's best 2 out of 3.
Are you gonna go easy on me again, or am I about to get my face smashed into the pavement?
I mean, relatively speaking, the decks are about equal, so there's a little bit of variance to it.
So what you're saying is I could win?
The duel's never over till the last card's played.
Okay, how do you shuffle your cards?
How do I shuffle my cards? Unfortunately, unlike some of my friends who, like, professionally play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something, I'm not a very, like, privy card gamer, so I call it the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shuffle. It's very inefficient. I just go like this. I know some people like to do the thing where, like...
How are you doing that?
They take the deck and then they, like, put it together like this. How do I do that?
Yeah.
I take the deck and I pinch the sides of it with my hand and I just pull out cards. I slap it on top and I just keep pulling out cards.
Now,
relatively speaking, I think this is a very, like, inefficient way to shuffle cards because I've seen many of my hands come out exactly the same after a mulligan, but I'm a little bit lazy. I know some people like to do this where you split the deck in half and then you, like, put it on top of each other and you slide it down.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to shuffle when you don't have sleeves.
I think I should get sleeves. I think that might be advantageous. Is it true that you buy multiple starter decks to get the stellar rares out of some of them? Like,
some people like to do that. Some people like to buy multiple starter decks to collect your staple sweep. So Gorgon's Gaze is an example of a staple card. What that means is it's a card that like players want to genuinely play because it's good. And normally you see those cards run at up to 3 copies per deck. In Elestrals, you can have up to 3 copies of the same card in your deck.
But spirits don't count.
No, spirits don't count. And you can only have up to 20 spirits in your spirit deck. But because Elestrals is a best of 3, you get a 15 card side deck. So how it gets interesting is you can also side out spirits. So after the first game, let's say I finally know that you're on Chronodial. I say, I'm going to side into cards that beat Chronodial. I can go into my side deck, and if I sided spirits, I can swap out spirits so I can play different cards. So even though there's no earth spirits or fire spirits in my spirit deck right now that you've seen game 1, I could be siding a couple so I can surprise you later.
What the fuck? That's allowed?
Yeah, but you can only have up to 20, so if I put in 2 fire spirits, I have to take out 2 of the spirits already in my spirit deck.
Oh.
So I would take out, like, let's say 2 water, I'd put in 2 fire, and it would still make 20.
Okay, I see. Alright. Okay, okay. So, how come the Chronodial starter deck doesn't have 3 Chronodials in it?
So the reason behind that is it is kind of difficult to get to the 3rd ascension.
Not with Chronodial, because he automatically does it.
Yeah, Sundial will do it, but in other decks, you don't always have cards that will do that super quickly. So you know how, like, if you don't have one of your set counter wounds, it's kind of hard to protect your guys if I just summon a guy with more attack?
Yeah.
In order to ascend naturally, you would need to still have 1 guy on the field, since you can only summon 1 guy per turn, right? You have to protect that guy to the following turn if you wanted to ascend over them.
Yeah.
Does Elestrals cards have the same thickness as Vanguard? It's been a hot minute since I played Card Fight Vanguard. I played the original set in 2012, so I can't speak to the current state of the card stock in Card Fight Vanguard.
What the hell is Card Fight Vanguard?
It's a TCG that unfortunately has rebooted itself a couple times, so I can't really get into the new set because as a viewer or as a person who plays the game, I don't like the concept of buying cards and not being able to play those cards again.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't either. That seems like bullshit. Is Elestrals like that? Can you, like, if you do tournament play, like, can you use cards from any set as long as they're not banned cards?
Yeah, Elestrals doesn't have set rotation, there's just a ban list currently.
Nice. I think that's what's like kept me out of Magic, because it's like you're not supposed to mix sets.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of 50-50 on One Piece right now. They just recently announced set rotations, and so my goal for One Piece, for the One Piece people, I play Red Green Lore, so that came out in one of the first first couple of sets of One Piece. And One Piece is on their 10th, 11th, 14th set now, so my guy's not seeing the light of day.
Rest in peace. Yeah, I think rotation is a garbage rule. That's a garbage rule.
Yeah, I don't really like it, but I mean, do you have any questions about Elestrals so far, Pippo, that I can clear up, or do you think maybe just playing some more games will help you out?
I have a question not related to the actual card game part of it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, if I played more Elestrals, would I be allowed to have emotes that are of Sundial? Or if I did, would they have to be like free to access, like 7TV?
That's a good question. Elestral's policy on fan content and using their IP is a little bit different. From what I've seen, emotes seem to be okay, but if you were really unsure, you could always ask their team.
Who would I ask?
Well, you could ask the Elestrals Discord, or if assuming we're moving forward, we're getting you in contact with the team, you would just contact the same people you're contacting who's gonna send you your stuff.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like Sundial. Now that I know that he's also like, he speed runs to being Chronodial, I love him even more.
Yeah, it's super neat. And not a lot of people do it because he's kind of a little guy, but I think it's cute. And Nobunaga is pretty decent. He's a 5'6", you know?
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, it's the Discord guy.
And then he becomes Chronodial, and I love Feraligatr, so
Chronodial's effect is actually really cool. I have one of these sleeved up for you by, well, actually it's still in the original packaging, but so this is a stone tablet Chronodial.
That one, yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah. So I have one for you.
Wait, for me?
Chronodial's effect. So Chronodial's effect is, while you have at least 6 enchanting spirits, whether it's water or solar on the field, Chronodial cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So Chronodial likes to kind of sit in defense until you have the right cards to start breaking through your opponent's defensive.
Are you telling me that he negates Galaxy?
No, but Galaxy normally wouldn't beat him regardless.
Okay.
Because Galaxy's effect is a continuous, not a targeting. He also doesn't beat Edward because Edward's effect for some reason is non-targeting. But Edward can't beat his stats anyway, so you're fine.
Yeah, but Chronodial, because his defense is so high, he would fuck up Galaxy.
He would.
Yeah, okay.
In every universe.
In every universe, Chronodial wins.
In every galaxy.
Fuck yeah.
He also has a cute effect where you can disenchant a water from him if you so choose to destroy a card on the field.
Wait, why would I choose to destroy? Oh, because you might have like another card that says like if you lose, a water
so
card.
There's a card on the field. There's a counter spell, a counter room. A trap card, basically, that says when an Elestral declares an attack, you can return it to the hand. So that's Chronodial's biggest weakness, is if you choose to swing with Chronodial and they have that set card, they will return Chronodial to your hand. It's one of the few cards that, like, actually beat Chronodial.
No.
And everyone runs it at 3, which is why you always keep him in defense.
Yeah. Oh. I'll protect him. I'll never let him die. Oh. Okay, okay, so what's the rule generally with like with gameplay here? If we do another round, right? If we're doing the best of 3, which we are, would somebody be able to like swap out their entire deck? Is that kosher?
It's only a 15 card side deck, so you could only swap out up to 15 cards.
Okay, so like per like you have round 1, round 2, round 3. Round 2 you couldn't swap out for an entirely different deck with its own side deck and everything.
No, you would just swap out cards from that specific side deck that you already bought.
Right. Okay, and the side deck is only in effect between rounds?
Yep, only in effect between rounds.
Gotcha. Okay, that's really cool because that means if somebody has like a set that entirely counters yours, you can pull out like some Hail Marys. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Have you done it? Has it worked? Have you ever like done like a swap out and then it secured you the win?
Oh yeah, of course, all the time. You gotta come prepared if you're gonna be playing in tournaments.
Oh. I don't think I could ever do tournaments. Tournaments seem scary.
There's a lot of actually, if you wanted to play webcam Elestrals and you felt, not too... The community is very welcoming, but I understand that people are shy. Yeah. They do have online casuals, so you can show up to free casual tournaments. And the fun thing about playing in these free casual tournaments is that Elestrals has a thing called the Play Network. So when you play an official Elestrals tournament, you can sign up for a free account. And if you win those tournaments and participate in paid ones, you get these things called caster coins. If you collect enough caster coins, you can redeem them for product online.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah,
You
so
can
if you
play?
hypothetically, you could
What?
play the free casuals, and if you win enough free casuals, just buy the card yourself.
What
The stipulation though is that you do have to pay for shipping. I don't know if they've changed it to free shipping yet, but at the beginning you did have to pay for shipping. You can also exchange it for exclusive promotional cards as well.
Are there
So
any, are
if
there
you
any, like,
save
cool
up
ones?
400 caster coins, you
Yeah.
can trade it in for an entire booster box.
What? Okay, how many games would that take?
It depends on the tournament, and like if you have a local game store or not. Participating in an Elestrals premiere, I believe, nets you anywhere from 20 to 25 coins if you
Wait,
don't
just
win.
participating? Just participating? You get 20 to 25 coins?
For the paid premiere, yes. If you
The
want to
paid
do
premiere.
the free casuals, when you win those, I think you either get like... It's either 10, 15, or 20. So hypothetically, if you were to win, like... If you were to win 20, like half a year worth of like casuals, you get a free booster box. You just gotta pay for the shipping.
Wait, and you could go into that with just like one of the starter decks.
They even have casuals that are starter deck only.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it happens in the official Elestrals Discord, discord.gg/4/Elestrals.
Chat! I know a lot of you are poor. This is affordable
my
for
God.
you. A lot of my viewers are from like third world countries, okay? Alright, like I'm just being blunt, you know?
Okay,
So-
that's fair. I mean, look, I get it. Okay, look, my folks too. They give up their entire lives, move to this country to give me a better chance. I get it.
Aw. I think my viewers, they wish they could come to America. They wish. They wish.
The political climate here was questionable. But anyways,
They don't wish. They don't wish. They love their taquitos too much. God damn it. Okay. Well,
so because I lost, I get to decide who goes first or second. Generally you go first in the last roll. So there's some decks that I think are starting to prefer to go second. So I'll go first.
okay.
Don't forget to separate your spirit deck from your main deck.
I did. I remembered.
Let's go. Good job.
Yeah. I also found an
Alright.
unopened pack. I'm gonna save that for the end.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah. I lost it in
It
the mess.
could be a Stella.
It could be. It could
So
be.
we're gonna
Chrono-
bring out 5 cards, and I'm gonna decide if I'm going to mulligan.
Right. And I wait until you decide if you want to mulligan before I can draw my 5, right?
You can draw your 5. It's just you can't mulligan until after I decide to mulligan.
Okay. But if I don't draw, and you do mulligan, I don't have to reshuffle my deck.
Well,
If
you
you
never
mull-
have to. You never have to reshuffle your deck because it's just the 5 cards on the top.
In Pokemon, if your opponent mulligans, you have to do a complete reset.
Oh no! In Elestrals, you just both draw 5 cards, and if one player mulligans and the other one chooses not to, then you just proceed. The only player that has to redraw is the one that chooses to mulligan.
That's so much more convenient.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. Did my stream die?
I sure hope it did.
It dies sometimes.
Hello?
Wait, I think it's
Chat.
fine.
Chat, if you can hear us,
It's all good.
we need some dials in the chat or something.
Yeah, Chronodial in the chat.
Dial in the chat. Come on, Chronodial in the chat.
They're just saying no.
Alright, anywho.
Oh,
So
there
there's some cards in the game that will like search for cards out of your deck and add it to your hand. I'm gonna keep this hand, by the way.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna keep my hand too.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna start out by casting in defending. Plucky. Plucky is a solar Elestral, and when you normal cast Plucky, you can switch your deck for a Divine Rune and add it to your hand.
A divine
I'm
rune.
gonna activate Plucky's effect, and I'm gonna look for a Divine Rune. The Divine Rune that's in our deck is a card called Poseidon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add my Poseidon. I normally don't bling out my deck for competitive play, but I thought just to show off to chat, I would put in some fancy cards.
Oh.
So this is Poseidon's Ultimate. These are Statue Divines, and this one comes out as Shattered Stars.
Oh, Shattered Stars is the subscription box one, right?
Yeah, so how Shattered Stars works is because Elestrals is also kind of a collectible TCG.
Yeah, that's the part I like.
Set one card past you. Shattered Stars just reprints older cards in different arts and rarities. So you'll get foils, you'll get like alt arts, and it's just another way to like add some fun to like the sets. But it's like reprint older cards people might need.
Do I draw?
You draw for turn, but the starting player doesn't draw.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, so the second player is kind of at an advantage.
Yeah, so you have the advantage of being able to draw an attack, but the turn player also has the advantage of being able to take an action that you can't interact with for the most part.
Oh, true.
Because Elestrals doesn't have hand traps, so the only time your opponent can usually interact with you during your turn is via counter wounds.
Okay. Okay. What is special casting?
So special casting is basically summoning that doesn't take up your main action.
Okay. Gotcha.
So you know how you can only summon one guy per turn? If you can special cast a guy, that means you could still cast another guy. So what some people will do is they'll special cast out a 1-spirit Elestral, and then ascend into a 2-spirit Elestral on the same turn. Because in order to ascend, you already need an Elestral on field.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, how much defense does your guy have?
Plucky is a 1 attack for defense.
He only has plus... Wait. Plus 4 defense?
It has 4 defense and 1 attack.
Oh.
I always call out the stats because, you know, there are cards that sometimes swap stats or change positions.
Yeah. Okay, I put Galaxy onto the field. And I attach... I have to attach the Leviathan Dome, right?
You'll enchant it with water.
Yeah. And then... So I want him to be in attack mode, right? Because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because its stats always swap him.
Yeah. Okay, and then... I carry into the battle phase. And then I can have him attack your guy. And he has 5 attack, you only have 4 defense. Wait, you would have 1 defense.
So Plucky isn't water enchanted.
Oh, he's not?
So Plucky isn't affected by Galaxy, but you would still beat Plucky.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, stick him! Send him to the graveyard.
Me. Goodbye, Plucky.
Bye-bye, Plucky.
Alright, and if you have nothing else to do, you'll go to the end phase and you'll pass to me.
Your turn.
Okay, draw for a turn. Let's see. I suppose we can start being funny.
Okay, alright.
So, when there are 2 galaxies on the field, their effects cancel each other out. So now instead of being 5-2, they're 2-5.
You think you're funny. You think you're so fucking funny, don't you? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. See? Alright. And is that the end of your turn?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and... So when you play a Divine Rune like Poseidon, you first cast it with 1, and Divines have a special effect. You can enchant it with additional spirits if you so choose. So I'll cast it for 1, and I'll enchant 2 more water spirits to it. Then I use Poseidon's effect. Poseidon's effect is a once per turn. I can Nexus to an Elestral. So I'll Nexus 1 water. It's only water from itself, by the way. I'll Nexus 1 water from Poseidon onto Galaxy.
Oh god.
Now, Galaxy's effect doesn't care how much water is underneath an Elestral. It only cares that Galaxy has water.
Yeah.
But now that I proceed to the battle phase and I attack your galaxy, they'll both be destroyed, but because my galaxy has 2 spirits underneath it, you'll take 1 damage.
This is bullshit.
Unless you have something that will restore up this attack, of course.
You know I don't! You know I don't!
Oh, but it's hypothetical. It's a hypothetical. So, galaxies will both crash and go to the underworld, and then you'll take 1 spirit of damage, any spirit of your choice.
Okay. Yeah, I discarded a Leviathan as well.
Okay, and then pass to you.
Okay. Alright, well, I draw a card to start my turn. Then I cast... Foamy onto the battlefield.
Ooh, Foamy.
Foamy. When this Foamy is destroyed in battle, you can cast a special cast, a Spirit Elestral from your deck in defense position.
And that can happen on either player's turn as long as Foamy is destroyed in battle.
Gotcha. Alright. And because... Wait, yeah. No, okay. Okay, there's no galaxies on the field, so everything is back to normal.
Yeah, everything's back to normal, and I have no guys, so if you wanted to do a direct attack, you could.
I directly attack you for 1 damage.
Sounds good. I will go ahead and give you 1 Leviathan. Alright.
Your turn.
Anything else? Alright, draw for a turn. Let's see. So, well, I'm going to teach you a very funny interaction.
Oh. You only say
So
something's funny before some fucking
Foamy.
massive bullshit happens. Okay, yeah, you're Foamy.
So, because I am the turn player, I will get priority. What this means is, when we go to battle, and if I choose to, I'm going to choose to, I will proceed to the battle phase. I'll attack your Foamy with my Foamy, right? And both are destroyed in battle. We can both choose to activate the effect of the Foamy, but I'll get to activate my Foamy's effect first. So on the new chain, it goes on the chain first. And if you choose to activate your Foamy's effect, your effect will go on the chain second. But in Elestrals, chains resolve in reverse, which means you'll cast a guy first. And then I'll cast a guy off the effect of Foamy.
So it like ping pongs.
Yeah, so I'll attack yours. These will both crash. I'm the turn player. I activate Foamy's effect. And then you can choose to activate your Foamy's effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm attacking 2 into 2. Both are destroyed. When both Elestrals would be destroyed in battle, or like whenever your Elestral is destroyed in battle, as long as it wasn't suppressed on the field, like the effect will activate when it's destroyed.
Okay, so I would activate my Foamy's. I would discard the spirit.
Well, so both Foamies go to the underworld because they crash, and then you would just put its effect on the chain.
Okay, and then...
So you get to summon a guy first from your deck. Pick any 1 spirit water guy you want.
From my deck?
The caveat is that Foamy has to summon it in defense.
Okay. Well, I know just the guy for that. It was right there at the bottom of my deck. Sundial!
Sundial is not a water spirit,
Oh,
Celeste.
fuck. Never mind, I don't know this guy for that. Never mind, I forgot that part. I had this
idea. It would be really cute if you could get out Sundial.
Yeah. I had this idea in my head. Like...
Elestrals online version is going to be coming out soon. It's in closed beta right now. It's called Elestrals Clash. You can list it on Steam.
Okay, I sent out Eddie.
Okay, and I'm going to...
I have to send him in defense mode, right?
You have to send him in defense.
Okay, but I can change that next turn.
Yeah, you can change it next turn. Okay. But you can do a cute thing with Edward, actually. Because Edward's effect is it lets you change the position of something when you cast it. You can summon Edward off Foamy, and then he does a kickflip and puts himself in attack.
Oh my god.
But you would put that attack on the, that effect on the next chain. So you would wait for me to summon my guy, then you can choose like the position in which you could change Elestrals, because then I would have a guy and you could choose my guy potentially.
Oh my god. Okay, I get why people like Eddie. Alright. Okay, your next part of the chain.
Alright. So don't forget to give Edward a spirit. Now I'm gonna look through my deck for a water Elestral.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness, she's Eddie filled. I'm a little bit Eddie filled.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻.
Interesting choice. I suppose you're picking him because his higher defense stat.
In defense. And I'll give it a water. But now that 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻 was on the field, adding on to your chain, its effect will allow me to heal 2 water.
Gotcha.
So some people like to do that off Foamy to like recoup some spirit.
Ah, so they send in Foamy as kind of like a temporary like suicide bomber type thing?
Yeah. So my 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻's effect on the new chain will activate first. And then now with Edward's effect is non-targeting. So if you wanted to, you could change Eddie to attack, or you could also change 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻 to attack.
Oh my god, wait. Wait,
so
that's
instead
genius
of
because
your Eddie, you could just you could flip mine and then flip Edward on your turn.
Because if nobody's placed a rock in a hard place, then that means that there's no point for Eddie to be in attack mode. Because if I changed your 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻 and then played a card, an Elestral next round, then I would be able to damage 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻, who otherwise would be harder to kill because of his high defense stat. Okay, move him, change him to attack mode.
And then, so now that 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐴𝐻 is in attack, unfortunately, its 1 attack does not beat Edward's 1 defense, so we'll pass you. But if it had to attack, it could beat over Edward.
Yeah, but it doesn't, because he's weak. Okay.
Alright, you'll go.
I draw a card. Okay. And I... How much defense does he... Wait, how much attack does he have? He has 1, right?
1 attack, so 1 would crash with it, or 2 would beat over it.
Right. Okay, I cast... Sundial!
Oh, hello, Sundial.
And so I put the Luminate spirit on him. Right? And then I should wait before expending this, right?
Huh? So you can only use its effect during the main phase. So if you wanted to use its effect this turn in the end phase, you would do it now. If for some reason you didn't want to, you don't have to use its effect. But generally when you have Sundial, you want to use its effect because it wants to go big.
Okay, so I expend a solar energy, so I retrieve that from my spirit deck.
Yeah, and you'll send it to the underworld.
Alright, I send it to the underworld, and then I get to search for Nomadial.
From your hand or deck, and you would special ascend it over Sundial.
Right. Okay.
So, bless you. So when this is happening and you're switching your deck, the Nomadial goes into a thing called limbo. So while chains are like resolving, it just means that sometimes like cards like all are not on the field at the time. That's kind of what a limbo state is.
So I should like put him to the side.
So Sundial will then go to the underworld, and then Nomadial will ascend over the Sundial. So you take a spirit from your spirit deck. Also, wait, no. Sundial's effect doesn't ascend it right now. It ascends it in the end phase. Sundial's effect allows you to enchant a water. So, you're gonna shuffle your deck anyway. So just throw Nomadial back into your deck and we'll shuffle again.
Okay.
Just put it on the top. So put Sundial back on the field.
Okay.
And resolve its effect to enchant a water to itself from your spirit deck.
Okay.
So give it a water. And then you'll probably want to swap Edward to attack.
Okay. I can do both these on the same turn?
Yeah. So you can always change the positions of your Elestrals. Just each Elestral can only change positions once per turn.
How come it says repeat any number?
It says
change
repeat
one.
any number of times because you can have up to 4 Elestrals on the field.
Okay.
And it says any number of times because it doesn't want to limit how many times you activate a spell or trap card. It could have been a little bit more clear, but...
Yeah, I feel like the wording on this would make more sense if it said like I don't know.
Which is exactly why they should hire me, because I'm an English major anyway.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like if it said maybe like effect per Elestral per turn, or like any other time. I don't even know how you write it. Something.
So, in this situation, because Sundial has more spirits, you'll want to attack with Togwar with Edward, so that Sundial can do 2 spirits worth of damage directly to my spirit.
Right. Okay. You're good at distracting from my insane rambling. Okay. I named rambling?
I like yapping too, but we also have a mission this stream, a very important mission.
Yeah.
I gotta get you Pillar Listals, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay, so Eddie attacks you for 4?
Yep.
Attacks your guy.
Now we'll go through.
He's dead. And then Sundial. Do I... Wait, so this is the battle phase, right?
Oh,
okay, so he attacks you directly, and you take 2 damage.
My spirit deck. I'll expend 2 spirits. I'll give you, let's see. Give you a solar, and I'll give you a water. And after the battle phase, if you have nothing to do, you'll go to the end phase, in which you can activate the affected Sundial.
Right. Okay. So now, to activate Sundial's effect,
you'll go look for the Nomadial.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do anything. It's just a you can for this second effect. So.
Okay. So now he's on top of these.
Yeah, and since you're ascending, you'll need to grab 1 more spirit from your spirit tank.
Right. And discard it.
No, you'll put it underneath the Nomadial. Every time you ascend, you put it under... Every time you cast an Elestral, you take a spirit from your spirit deck and you put it under the Elestral.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, your spirit deck is both your life and your mana. It's a very interesting concept.
It is. Oh, nice. So Pudgy in chat bought some starter decks. Hell yeah, I hope you enjoy the game.
Okay. Yeah, and the new starter decks chat are a great value. Elestral's Firestorm starter decks come with 2 different starter decks in it.
What?
And you get 4 little booster packs in them too. So if you and a friend split a starter deck, you can both get a deck. And you can open the packs to upgrade your deck.
What the fuck? That is such a good deal. Or if you only need the 1 starter deck, you could trade out the other cards from the other starter deck, like at your local game shop.
Yeah, or you can use it to teach a friend how to play. You can just keep both together.
Yeah, that's assuming chat has friends.
Well, if they go to their local game store, they could make some friends that play Elestrals.
Oh, true. You could be an Elestravagelist. Elestravagelist.
Alright. Anything else on your turn?
I believe that ends my turn. It is your turn now.
Alright, we'll draw.
We're catching strays. Sorry, chat.
I'm going to expend the spirit to draw.
Okay.
Oh, and then
What's the
we'll
matter?
cast you.
Got nothing good in your hand?
Oh, we'll have to see. The cards play out just like fate.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see whose fate comes up.
Alright, Pippa, you're in the driver's seat now, so... You're gonna have to remember your faces and your Elestrals effect.
Wait, but this is still, I mean, technically this is still my, like, first game, so I...
Well, you know, the concept's very, very similar, and like, chat, if birds learn to fly, you gotta let them go.
Play your third.
Oh, no, I did. I expended to draw, so I can't summon a guy, and I passed you.
Oh, and you can't
I
battle
guess I
and
can
no
proceed to the battle phase, but I wouldn't be able to attack, and then I'll go to the end phase and cast you.
Okay.
Go, Papa.
I draw a card from my deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I expend a water and a solar energy or spirit from my spirit deck.
Mm-hmm.
Send them to the graveyard.
Yep.
And enchant. I put a Luminate onto my Nomadial. Am I doing this correct?
Double check where that spirit comes from that you're enchanting.
Wait. Enchant from your underworld. Okay, so I get to pick one back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I put it. Well,
You
no,
can either give it to Nomadial, or you could give it to someone else if you wanted to.
I put it on Eddie, a water spirit.
Alright.
And then so that's my choose one, right? Because I enchanted.
Yeah, and then the rest of the effect?
The rest of the to your field and special ascend this Nomadial to Chromadial from your hand or deck. So I don't wait for the end phase to do that. I do that now.
Yeah, you do this in the main phase. Nomadial's effect happens in the does it say main phase or draw phase? Whichever phase in which Nomadial's effect is activating, you do it now.
It doesn't specify.
Oh, then it's the main phase.
Okay, but Sundials was the end phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So now I check my deck for Chronodial.
Mm-hmm.
He's in here.
First, I don't like reading. If it makes you feel better, Elestrals is sticking to their belief that each line of cards should have no more than 5 lines of text.
That's a good rule.
That's a pretty... There's some longer effects than others, but for the most part, they're very easy to grasp.
I think that's a good rule. I think they got a good head on their shoulders. I should not be expected to read more than 5 lines.
Mm-hmm. No, their team is very competent. They have some designers that worked on like MTG. They have people from a lot of different card game backgrounds. Head judges are like judges in a former competitive player for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, so I attach another spirit to Chronodial because I've ascended them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. Now, I enter my attack phase.
Yeah, the battle phase. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I attack you. I attack you directly with both.
Alright, so how many spirits is there?
I'm gonna attack you with Eddie first because I feel like you're gonna pull a Uno reverse card on me, and I want Eddie to die if it comes to that.
Alright. Edward's attack will go through. I will give you 1 Luna and 1 Solar for the 2 damage.
Okay. Oh wait, you can choose to play your trap card whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay. And then Chronodial attacks you with 4 spirits attached.
Alright. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take 4. We'll go 1 Solar, 1 Water, And who got 2 more water?
I'm winning!
Mm-hmm.
I end my turn.
Alright, draw a turn. Let's see.
The dad is letting the kid win. Don't say it like that.
We'll set 1. And then we'll go ahead and let's see. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll go ahead and we'll summon a sundial of my own.
Interesting play.
And then what we'll do is I will use Poseidon's effect to give a water to sundial.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll go to the battle phase.
Uh-huh.
I'll choose not to attack, and in the end phase, I'll use Sundial's effect to ascend to Nordial from my deck because it has water.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. We'll see
go
how this pans
searching
out.
for a deck for a Nordial.
Uh-huh.
I will give it a Luna, and we'll ascend it in the fan. And then we will go ahead and pass you.
How much defense does he have?
6.
6? Interesting. I draw a card. Add it to my hand. I can play I
am on 3 spirits, various to I.
I can play a rune card, right?
Yeah, if you want to, you can.
Yeah. Okay, I cast Rock and a Hard Place.
Alright, targeting which card?
Eddie. And it costs a...
Oh, so Walk in a Hard Place targets my field.
Oh, it
Edward's
does?
effect can go on the chain, but... So Walk in a Hard Place says I have to choose... You pick 2 of my cards, and then I have to choose to destroy one.
Right! Okay, I keep thinking that means, like, I have to choose to ascend him first. Okay, but he doesn't ascend from this, right?
You can put his effect on the chain, but I need to destroy one of my cards before he can ascend.
Right, okay. One of your rune cards and one of your Elestrals.
You have to target the specific one.
Oh
so
my god, I
only
can't
one
see what they
Elestral,
are!
Yeah, well, you can also pick the face of one if you want it, but there's
No,
like 3 different
you're
ones.
hiding something good, I know it. Okay, the one on your right.
This one?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll destroy that and you'll get Alter Restore.
What was it?
Alter Restore.
What
Alter Restore's effect is it allows me to Nexus 1, and if I do, change the position of an Elestral.
I feel like you had something better under the other one, but okay. Alright, okay. Okay, so now I have played that.
Yep,
And
that
I'm
will go to the underworld, and Edward's effect will resolve if you choose to resolve it. So,
Yeah.
when Edward's effect to summon 𝐒𝐓 from your deck or hand activates, Elestrals does something a little bit different than other card games. You can always fail to find. So if for some reason you go searching through your deck and pretend you thought you ran 2 𝐒𝐓, it's not like you get judge called or something. You just don't ascend him, and then you would shuffle your deck.
Oh.
So sometimes people activate effects because they want to shuffle their deck and they fail to find. Generally you want to find the card, but if for some reason you wanted to shuffle your deck, you will.
Yeah. I have to
Shuffle regardless, but you're allowed to like look through your deck and not find the card. That's basically what it is.
I have to discard these 2 for playing Rock in a Hard Place, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you do that normally at the start of playing Walk in a Hard Place. But...
Oops. And then if I resolve Eddie's effect, wait, hold on, what phase did that say? You can specialize
It's
in any.
It's just when a player casts, so it could be any phase.
Okay.
It normally happens during the main phase because you would only cast Walk in a Hard Place for now during the main phase.
Gotcha. Okay, so I discard Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie will go to the underworld because he's being ascended over.
And then I put 𝐒𝐻𝐿 on top and I have to give him another spirit. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now... Okay. And then this goes to the underworld. Okay. Okay, now! For the next phase! The battle phase. Okay. I have 𝐒𝐻𝐿 attack your Nomadial. And I have Chronodial attack you directly for 4 spirits.
Yup, and that will be game. Congratulations, Pippa. You picked the right card on the Walk in a Hard Place.
Only a little bit of carrying! Only a little bit of telling me the correct play.
Many card game, there's variants. So you will have some games where you see cards, and you will have some games where you won't see cards. But I like to think that every game of Elestrals is a fun game.
I think that was a lot of fun. I think it's a little bit complicated to like understand all the dynamics of it. I feel like if chat has ever played like if chat's in the board games, it reminds me of like Wingspan, where it's like when you're first getting into it, there's so many like dynamics to it, and they all make sense perfectly once you understand them. There's not like a lot of room for confusion once you understand them, and it becomes like it's simpler than it seems. It's just knowing each sequence to it, and then it's simple because it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh where like there's like 50 lines underneath the cards. Like it's simple and it says exactly what to do.
Yeah, Elestrals is very straightforward, and after you get like some of the more like complicated rulings down the first time, you get a better understanding. Like most people, when they see Galaxy the first time, they get confused. But play enough games, and you'll get the hang of it, no problem. Yeah,
it seems very like a very logical game.
It is. It's very fun. It's simple to get into, but I do warn you, the skill ceiling is very high, chat. So don't think that just because it looks simple, that's all there is.
Do you have any examples of like people who are like legendary in Elestrals?
Alright, so Pippa, this is one reason why I'm gonna pill you on Elestrals. I think you can do it.
Okay.
Elestrals has a very special thing that they do called the Elestriad. It's very exclusive. The Elestriad invites content creators to play against each other in tournament matches. And whoever wins the Elestriad gets themselves immortalized as a divine rune. So Pippa, if you win the Elestriad, Pippa could be a real Elestrals card.
Really?
There's a lot of content creators who have immortalized themselves. Distant Coda has himself a divine rune and
wait, he's
artifact,
in the chat.
He's won twice. Bean Soldier TV, he's gonna have his own divine rune. Fujikura Twitch TV, a good pal, good friend, also has a divine rune that's gonna come out soon. So Pippa, if you study up and brush up on your Elestrals and you get in the Elestriad, you can get your own divine rune in the card game. Now it's promotional, so you can't play it in competitive play, but it's still really cool.
That is cool. Wait, he says he won twice. Does that mean he gets 2 cards?
Yeah, so he gets a divine rune, and this time he chose an artifact, which is kind of like the trident that was powering up Edward.
Oh my god. Wait, so that's like the ultimate like big dick move, is to go to like your local friendlies and play your own fucking card.
But they allow you to.
I mean, if it's like friendlies, does anyone care?
I know people might. I can't wait to see. I want to see all of them play with each other with their divine runes. 𝐒𝐥𝐿𝐢 has one too.
That would be. Imagine like a tournament bracket where like each player like they have their own Elestrals card and they're using them. That's shit.
I think it would be great. I want to see it.
When are you gonna win?
Great. Please make this happen.
When are you gonna win? Wait, what card would you get? What card would you?
Oh, well, you see, Pippa, you should be telling you that I'm not really exactly very much of a VTuber.
Yeah.
So I don't really participate. I don't get invited to the LS3 yet. I just play Elestrals because I like it.
What?
Hmm?
You're like Yoda. What
I mean,
the hell?
if they offered me an invitation, I wouldn't say no, but you know, there's a lot of really cool and fun content creators that I think would serve much more entertainment in the LS3.
What? Why don't you enter though? Sensei!
Oh, because it's an invitational.
Well, they should invite you. I think.
No.
I think they should invite you.
It's good enough that they're doing the card game. It's my favorite card game. It lets me meet a bunch of cool people like you or like the other guys. It lets me play a bunch of card game with my favorite girlies like Kay, Clay, and Bo. Bo is the current Elestrals Dallas champion, and we text together sometimes. She's super cute.
Oh, wait, the Dallas championship thing. That was how recent was that?
That was in March, and it was their first IRL tournament.
Oh, and so normally are like the Elestriads, are those like online?
Those are online, and they usually pick a lot of different content creators. There's different formats. My favorite format was Elestriad Season 2, where they got split into 2 teams, and for the first part of the season, they did team matches. And then the team who won got to play Top Cut against the player with the highest score from the losing team.
Oh, that's unique.
Yeah, it was actually really cool to watch, and you get to see the whole story. Elestriad has a special format too, so each time your deck will have different restrictions. And it's super neat to see what they do because it makes players pick more unusual builds than the normal meta that you'd see in the game.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to me because deck building in games, so it's so super fun to see what people do with the meta, what ideas they come up with. So I'm rambling.
Keep looking. I appreciate your passion for the game. It's very infectious.
It is. It's a good game. Everyone, wishlist Elestrals Clash on Steam right now. Wishlist Elestrals Clash on Steam right now.
Even though it won't be out for another year.
It doesn't matter. Wishlist it right now.
Okay. Well, how about like casual games online then? Is there I guess it would just be in the Discord or something, right? That people can just pop in and...
technically they have they have an official phone app. It's a little rudimentary in terms of if you don't know how to play Elestrals, it takes a second to get a hang of it. Not sure people use it anymore because anybody who was playing that app is now playing Clash, but I used to do demo nights where I would teach people how to play the app, and that's another way to play online is they used to host app tournaments. But now that Clash is on the rise, they've pushed off app tournaments, and I'm sure when Clash officially comes out, they'll have Clash tournaments. But if you all have a webcam, there's a lot of remote play. There's a couple unofficial sims out there too. But if you're not interested in Elestrals Clash, it's going to be free to play. And the only transactions are going to be cosmetic, so you're going to have access to all the cards.
But the cards are going to be... Wait. All the cards, you don't need to open any sort of gacha or anything? You just get all the cards?
Oh, but you could open Pandora's boxes to get rarity bumps on the card and maybe pull an online Stella.
But you all the cards yeah,
all the cards come unlocked so you can build any deck you want at any time. Elestrals is dedicated to making sure that players that want to play competitively have access to cards. They do it in the regular sets too. I have a couple blinked out cards here, but all of these cards generally are usually found in pretty common printings if they're staple cards. And they reprint them a lot in the newest Tournament Pack 3. It has a lot of reprinted staple cards that you can find at Common or Hoyle. So if you're getting into the game, the new starter deck gets you a lot of the staples, and you can pick up some more from some of these, some of these tournament packs. Again, a reminder, if you get your store to sign up for Elestrals, they'll send the tournament pack to your LGS for free.
That's insane. That's fucking insane. Like,
No, it's super cool. I really like it a lot. The only reason why I don't go to more stores to try to show Elestrals is because well, I feel a little indebted to my LGS. Like, I want to go the scene there, so it feels a little disingenuous to go to another card shop and be like, hey, can you stock Elestrals and order a tournament, like, kit?
I think, like, that part's cool too, but like the fact that the Steam game, you're just going to be able to have all the cards and you don't have to do like daily login bullshit. You don't have to like buy IRL packs. You don't have to do like microtransaction hell. You could just like, if you, and it's a free app, you said.
Yeah, it's gonna be free. Wishlist it on Steam.
So if you're broke as hell, you could just enter on that, and then hypothetically, like if those like tournament coins are implemented into that, then hypothetically somebody could play entirely for free off of their computer, win tournament coins through the free tournaments, and then redeem them for booster boxes. Or for starter decks, or for whatever.
I don't know if it's booster boxes, loose blister packs, promo cards. I think they still make you pay shipping. I think there was a point where they said they might want to one day make it free shipping though.
Maybe if you like earn enough coins, maybe it could be free. I don't know. I don't know. That's insane though. That's insane regardless. That's so fucking affordable.
Oh, we want as many people to play the game as possible. There's a lot of online resources to learn, and you can always check out there's a bunch of content creators that like give you deck list ideas. You can go into the Discord ask, or a really cool thing is, all the tournaments that take place on the Play Network, if you go back in time to the tournament page, when those tournaments took place, like the page once it's done, you can look at every single deck list that was entered. So you can look at people's decks to get an idea where to store.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. How? Okay, if you on the okay, like with the creator cards from the Elestrals.
Yeah.
Would those also be in the app?
That's a good question. I don't think I can answer that. I think that's something we'd have to ask Mr. Daniel H.Y.
Hypothetically,
if you could have like a custom Clash version that allows you to play with some of these custom divines.
Hypothetically, if you had one of the divine cards, could you make it something like summon Sundial?
Yeah, if you wanted to. I mean, within reason, you can kind of pick any effect you want from what I've been told.
Could it be like summoned Sundial and instantly ascend him the Chronodial?
You'd have to get that. You would have to convince the judge team to allow you to do that. But if you plead a good enough case, they may just let that happen. Though I will say, summoning Sundial that turn, and then using Sundial's effect should get you to Nomadial.
That's true. What about a card that's like summon like an artifact, right? And it gives like a +10 to the Sundial or to Chronodial or the Sundial or just Sundial. Maybe like it affects his stats, just him, and makes Sundial.
Looks like you would have to win the Elestriad twice to first get the divine that will play out a artifact, and then to get the artifact that boosts Chronodial. But you know what, Pippa? I like that spunk. Get him, girly. Show his boss.
We could listen. We could team up, okay? We can rig this. We can work hard. We can figure this out. We can make it so you don't even need Chronodial. It could just be Sundial. We can make it so that Sundial has Chronodial
Sundial
stats.
would be the strongest Celestial. The strongest Celestial. That's what it was.
Yes! I believe.
All right, Pippa, we gotta team up on this.
All right.
Blood pact.
blood pact. Bleed out on the Sundial. Oh my god. I think it could happen. I think it couldn't happen. I couldn't enter that. But anyways.
Well, anyone can do it, Pippa. Anyone can do it.
I'm no skill.
Oh no, Pippa. It's look. Elestrals is not that crazy. People who like aren't these like, you know, well-known Elestriad players drop tournaments all the time. Anyone can get into the card game. If you put in just a little bit of effort, you know, and you put your thinking cap on just a little to make a good deck, I'm sure you can.
You think I could do it with the Sundial starter deck?
Okay, that one might be a bit much, but after we get the Pippa Divine, yes. After we get the Pippa Divine, yes.
What the hell?
Well, you know, chance what? You have a 100% win rate, Pippa. Think about it.
True, I do have 100% win rate. Totally not carried. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's a win, it's a win.
God damn it. Okay.
You can do it. You can do it.
Okay. Well, on that note, do you have any like final stories then about Elestrals? Like crazy moments or stuff that
crazy moments.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gosh, like, do you want to relate it to the game or do you want to relate it to, like, I guess the community and everything in general?
Either or.
Okay, well, you know, the Elestrals community is really cool. They're constantly involving their fans and everything, and they do a cool contest, chat. They do really cool contests. We recently had a fan art contest, and the people who won the fan art contest are getting their cards officially printed in a later set of Shattered Stores.
Ooh.
And I think it's super neat. And they do, if you're not one for drawing, they do coloring contests too, where you can pick the stellar colors for cards. So if y'all don't know what stellars are, here's regular Sundial. Stellars are alternative arts that are normally serialized, but sometimes they can be promotional. And they'll change the color palette of the Elestral, kind of like a shiny Pokemon. So I think it's super neat if you enter one of these contests. They even had one for like making a new type of... There's an Elestral called Morphos, and it has a thing called titles. Remember how you were opening all those full moon cards and each one had like a different little box that said, you know, like full moon, waning gibbous, waxing gibbous, all the different names?
I hate those cards.
So Morphos is a deck that plays around having different titles, and they had a contest for designing a new Morphos. And I think that's one of the coolest thing about Elestrals is they're very, like, the feedback on the community is very much heard. They're always asking for their opinion of fans. Like, the community really cares. It's really nice to see.
That is cool.
There's a lot of, like, fan content. There's people who just, like, draw fan art all the time. Like, it's really going to Elestrals Dallas, like, the coolest experience. So, like I told you, I've played One Piece, and the year I went to One Piece Nationals, it was very disorganized.
Oh, really?
Now, I don't mean to, like, talk down to the game. It was the first One Piece Nat, right? Sure, not everything goes to plan, but... Bandai has several successful card games, and Battle Spirit Saga and Digimon, which occurred at the exact same time in the exact same exhibit hall, had little to no delays, whereas One Piece started almost 2 to 3 hours late. And I was there until 11 at night playing One Piece, and they cut a round. I'm glad they cut the round. I would have placed higher if they didn't cut the round, but... they cut around, whereas Elestrals Dallas was an amazing event. Everything went super smoothly, and everyone who was there had so much fun. So at these card game events, they have these things called side events, where if you don't want to play in the main event, you show up and you play in these smaller little events. And you wait for people to show up, and they fire off these things called pods. These side events were so popular that they had pods going off every chance possible on the, like, half an hour to an hour, all the way till after the event ended. Like, until they just ran out of cards to give away. Like, it was such a fun experience. It was so cool. Like, they hired actual cosplayers. I got to show up in my cute little cosplay, and, like, everyone was super nice. It was super friendly. The event was super fun. They even organized a trade night where they went to a card shop, and from like 7 to like 2 a.m. in the morning, everyone was just ripping open the new card sets and trading cards with each other. Like, Elestrals is real neat. I think if you're like iffy on whether or not you want to give the game a try, if you are in any kind of fandom space, I think you'll really enjoy Elestrals.
Aww.
Everyone really likes the game. Everyone's very nice, very friendly. It's also very diverse. You got a lot of girlies, and you got some guys. You got everything in between, and some things unseen. But it's really neat. Everyone really cares. I've never had like a really poor interaction with anyone in the community before. And like genuinely, the people who like play the game, who work for the game, who work with the game, like. We play the game because we like it. Like, this whole stipulation, everybody thinks Elestrals is some kind of like corporate scheme, like Raid Shadow Legends, where you pay people to play the game. Like,
I'm not paid.
When I first started playing Elestrals, they never gave me any stuff. I get a couple stuff every now and then now, which I'm very thankful for. But like, I would play this game regardless. I am the Mita cosplayer from Delhi.
Huh? Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, someone in chat asked if I was the Mita cosplayer from Dallas. So there were two cosplayers cosplaying the same character. One that they like flew out for the event, and one that was playing the event, and that was me.
You are cosplaying and playing in the event? Whoa! I didn't think that it was like big enough that there would like be cosplayers, but I guess like if there's any passionate fans, I guess that makes sense. Oh
yeah. There's cosplayers, there's people who will trade you ribbons for Sundial.
Sundial!
There's a lot of people who really like the game, so like, I know this sounds like the biggest hashtag ad in all of history, but like,
no, it sounds fun.
Genuinely. Like, you all should really give Elestrals a try, because it's a really fun game, and I don't think you could like really recreate this experience with anything else. Like right now, it's like it is in the prime of its life, Chad. And I expect it to only get better. This was the first IRL event for Elestrals, like their official event. And Elestrals World has been announced. They have a World Championship, and you'll have a chance to win your invite if you get into the game and you start playing in their premieres. If you can win one premiere, you can guarantee yourself a ticket to the World Championship.
Only one game?
Well, okay, you have to win the entire premiere, but like just win one time. If you like don't place as high, place consistently for several events, earn your divine points, your championship points, your qualifier points, and then get yourself a ticket to Elestrals World.
Do they cover the flight cost and stuff?
Not currently, unfortunately, not, but...
Damn. I guess that would be really expensive, depending on where people are from.
But you know, Chad, if you get enough people on Elestrals, they might just start covering your flights out.
True. Wait, what about...
Think about it, Chad. If y'all all start playing Elestrals and Pippa wins, we can fly Pippa out. Come on, Chad, fly Pippa to world!
I'm a VTuber, I can't go!
I'm a VTuber, I win!
But I can't appear physically!
Well, neither can I, but like, are you gonna hold me in between like me and this really cool playmat that I wanted at Elestrals Dailies?
Yeah, I think I have paperwork in the way actually that says I can't. Unfortunately, but...
Unfortunately, okay, well... Would they greenlight something similar to like a full bodysuit?
I don't know.
Like, if you just had windows to see and then you wore sunglasses, could they greenlight that?
Like a full body, like, scuba diver suit?
Yeah.
With them, you know what? Maybe.
Would they greenlight that? Like, think about it, Pippa. It's Celestial Worlds. It's an opportunity that you wouldn't be able to give up.
True. Wait, what's the reward if you win? Like, first place?
Oh, good question. We're gonna have to ask Mr. Daniel H.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You gotta remember, I'm not actually staff, so like I don't know the answer to these questions.
Yeah, well, I just, you act like you're an official ambassador. Like not to say that you're like deceiving people or whatever, but just like you're so knowledgeable and so passionate.
Play this card game. You get one shot, Chad. You get one shot to show your favorite card game to the world.
My favorite card game is Pokemon, but I would never tell anybody to play that shit.
And so that's the difference between Elestrals and Pokemon. Is that I tell people every day to play this game. But you should give it a try. Think about it. A game you would never recommend to someone versus a game that I recommend every single day.
True. Okay, chat, you gotta try it. You gotta try it, chat. I might try and drag some of my coworkers into it. Since you can do it like hand cam setup, it seems like your stream. I'd have to work on the layout, but it would be a fun game to do.
I think it's a really cute layout. I think it's really nice.
Oh, thank you. I feel like the ratio is off. I feel like both the screens are like 4:3 right now, but they should be 16:9 for the full playmat or something. The way the official Elestrals streams does it makes more sense, where it's like the two wide cams angled to the side. I think.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Have to look at how other people do TCG hand cams.
And you know, people, if you end up not liking like competitive play, you could become maybe one day if they, you know, if they are so gracious to invite you and you accept the invitation through all the paperwork, you could cast an official Elestrals tournament. You could be one of their official commentators.
Ooh, that could be cool. That seems more my speed. I'm kind of an idiot. I enjoyed I did the Genius Invocation TCG, not like official casting, but like the Restream React thing, sponsored streams, and those were fun. Until they started pulling out like the new cards that I had no idea what they were, and I was like, shit. That Then it became guessing. But the Genius Invocation, did you watch the Genius Invocation tournaments?
Unfortunately I did not.
Okay, nobody did. Like, they had like 30 viewers.
I guess if you wanted to watch them, we could go watch them.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to. But they're like an example. Like, they have like really beautiful like tournament sets, but they don't explain what the cards do or anything. So you're kind of just like watching people play the card game, and you can't like see the card effects because the screen cuts them off. So you really have to know the game.
That's a little awkward that you can't like.
It is awkward.
Oh, I suppose in Elestrals they don't always explain what's happening, but it's a relatively simple game. You can kind of pause what's happening for the most part.
Intuit it as it happens. I'll have to watch. Was like the Dallas Championship recorded?
You can watch all the past premiere streams. What they'll do is they'll stream the event and they'll have some feature matches. You can find them all on the Elestrals YouTube channel under their live.
Oh yeah, I'll have to watch those. I'm curious what like top level play looks like.
Yeah, you can also watch some of the past seasons of the Elestrials to watch some of our favorite content creators go at it. And I will say that after enough practice, they do get pretty good at the card game.
Oh, alright. Okay. I'll let you go for the night then. I do want that invite code for
yeah, I'll let them know. I'll let you know.
I wanna play. You know, just for like testing purposes, just to see if I can like really, you know, recommend it to my chat or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah.
It is in a closed beta state, so like just to give y'all a heads up, and just for one who's like working on it, the team that worked on what's it called? The Pixel One team is working on it.
The what
So
team?
the team that made the sim for Lorcana.
Lorcana,
Yeah, so Lorcana had an unofficial sim. So the Pixel One team is working with the Elestrals team to make it.
Could be interesting. Lorcana looked like garbage.
I never played Lorcana, but I heard that you can like draw in Lorcana, like no one lose it.
What the heck? No, thank you. I want winners and losers.
I don't know. I can't speak on it, but this is what I've been told. Do you think you're gonna pull something crazy in your pack?
I was gonna ask you. This is the pack that I found on my desk. Do you think I'm gonna get a serialized stellar?
Am I legally obligated to give a true answer?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you no, but like proper Sansely would say yes. The duel's never over till the last cosplay.
Lumaru.
So the odds are never zero.
Sobel. Calfmel. Corvashine. Plucky. Porcutide. Nanocell, Fulgaries, Cryo. No, yeah, nothing.
Well, Cryoblast is a staple, so I mean it's not the worst card in the world.
Yeah. Oh, I meant to ask you, what's the deck limit?
Oh, the deck limit is 40 cards. You have a 40 card main deck, a 15 card side deck, and a 20 card spirit deck.
Okay.
Your side deck can consist of any number of spirits and or main card decks of your choice. You only side in between games. And when you go to your next round in a tournament, you must unside your deck. So it's really neat when you go on the Elestrals Play Network and you're playing in a tournament. Any tournament that requires you to submit a deck list, you can click a little button to look at your original deck list.
Oh. Alright.
You can also use their it's a little janky, but you can use their website to also like build decks if you don't physically have cards.
Oh, that'd be handy. And then you can just like hunt down the cards that you need.
Yeah. Well, I won't hold you up. I won't hold you up, Pippo, if you got stuff to do. So.
Yeah. I think that about wraps it up. Oh wait, I have one more question.
Alright.
Have you ever pulled a serialized stellar?
I have pulled a serialized stellar.
What does it feel like?
It feels crazy. It's even crazier when you pull 2 back to back.
You pulled 2 back to back?
Yeah.
Like in the same pack?
2 subsequent packs.
2 subsequent. Can I see?
Let me go grab them if I find them. If not, I suppose I'll have to send you the clip.
What? You don't like have them framed?
Where are you?
I would frame mine!
Where is Lockagon?
Oh my god.
I gotta dig through my... I'm kind of far away. I gotta dig through all my cards. I got a bajillion.
Oh my god.
You would think the Fujikura's in a safer place. I would assume.
Oh my god. Why would you not frame them? Oh my god. Okay, so now that we know you can actually pull them.
It's Lockagon. That's not Lockagon.
I do want to try. I do want to try for Daybreak. The Daybreak Chronodial.
Nope, still not Lockagon.
Of which there are 10. Back to back.
While you're digging, y'all can look at Pen Tower. Elestrals, yeah, let me use the microphone. Elestrals, when you play in their tournaments, will give out serialized prize cards. So that's also really neat.
That is neat.
I'm gonna see if I can find my Stella, but boy do I got a lot of cards. So if I don't see it within the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna return empty-handed.
Aw, man.
Alright.
I can't believe she doesn't just have them on hand.
Not Sluggle.
Yeah, they actually exist, chat. They actually
I
exist.
still hope I can show off Sluggle.
Oh my god.
If I can't show off Sluggle, it's not the end of the world, but I sure hope that it's somewhere in here.
You have Stellars too, Coder? How many? How many do you have? Don't refer to it as a couple!
I want to find Sluggle, so I don't hold you all up. I only have one of the 2 that I pulled because, I only have one of the 2 that I originally pulled because I traded one off for a very fancy card.
You traded
It's Stella.
Oh, okay. For another Stellar. What was the trade?
So, this is Lockagon.
Whoa.
A Lockagon comes out of Frostfall, so I traded a Draco Doodle for a thing called Sluggle. Sluggle Stella is very adorable. I unfortunately don't have it in my hand right now because I don't want to dig through like a million cards, but trust me, Stella Sluggle is the most adorable Stella ever, and I'm very happy that I was able to trade for it because some of the Stellas come from the... Elestrals was kickstarted, so there's some Stellas that were locked to the original Kickstarter set. So I traded the other Stella I pulled for one that I would not be able to pull today unless for some reason I got my hands on some sealed Kickstarter product.
That was a good trade. Coder says he has 2 of the like the 10s and then 20 total.
normally Stellars are X out of 99, but there are some Stellars that are X out of 10. So only 10 exists in the whole world.
Like Chronodile from Daybreak.
Yeah, exactly. I want that one too, but we're never gonna find it.
God damn, we're gonna find him. Somebody's gotta find him. Somebody has to find him.
Open Daybreak. Order Elestrals set Daybreak now and find the Stellar Chronodile box topper. We're headhunting for Pippa. Do it for Pippa, chat. Come on.
They don't print Daybreak anymore, right? Like what exists of Daybreak is it?
Yeah, what exists of Daybreak right now is what's out there. So.
Okay.
Hey chat, hurry, go to your local game stores and open as much Daybreak as possible.
No, don't. Give them to me.
Send them to Pippa. Send them to Pippa. You need to get like a pure box or something, or like find your local game store to accept your 5 billion boxes of Daybreak.
Is there? Do people put like bounties on cards?
So in that like artificial marketplace I mentioned, people do sometimes like make posts where it's like, hey, I'm looking for this card. If you have this stuff, I'm looking to trade. What purchase it? Some people do pay a pretty penny for some exclusive cards.
What's like the going rate for a serialized stellar?
It varies depending on how popular the stellar is. It can go as low as sometimes 100 to 150. It can sometimes go as high as... So if it's an X out of 99, sometimes they go as high as like 500. X out of 10s kind of vary. On average, I would like to say X out of 10s fall within like the 1 to 1.5k range. If it's more popular of a game, it would probably be more expensive, but... It's fine, we're not collectors, we're just Sundial enjoyers.
I might put a bounty out on Chronodile. I might put because there's none of them that have been pulled. Nobody has pulled one.
It's yet to, at least it hasn't been reported. There's a chance that someone pulled it but didn't report it.
You know what's fucking happening? I guarantee it's just like sitting in somebody's like collector box that they're not gonna fucking open.
Ooh.
I guarantee.
There's actually a couple X out of 10s that haven't been pulled. Chronodile and Cryo Scorch from Phosphor.
Yeah.
The newer sets have X out of 25s for the box toppers because they just want like more people to pull them. And like, if you think about it, if it's an X out of 25, it's more likely that someone can play it in their deck without feeling bad, you know?
Yeah. I would not play it in my deck. I would never play that in my deck. I think PSA grading is bullshit, but that is like one of the things where I'm like, okay, you know, like I'm not PSA grading it, but I sure as shit am putting it in like one of them like solid plastic containers.
Yeah, yeah. I agree for the most part, but I don't know, like sometimes, well, specifically for this match, because I knew I wouldn't be shuffling very much. I did throw a Sundial in here. Let me go find him. I do own one serial Sundial. He's number 99 out of 99.
That's so peak. 99 out of 99. Wait, you pulled him yourself?
No, I traded for him.
Oh, you traded for him. You traded for him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I need to go buy some fucking Daybreak boxes.
Oh,
I need
God,
to pull Chronodile. I have to pull Chronodile! I have to pull X out of 10 Chronodile! I want number 3. I specifically want number 3. Oh my god.
You want number 3?
I want number 3.
Alright, now you on number 3. If I pull number 3, I'll trade you.
Okay. Okay. Wait, which number do you want?
I suppose any number, really. I'm not too picky. Unfortunately, I can't get a number to match my pen tower. I was 7th seed after Swiss, but after, So I friendly fired in Top Cut of Dallas, and I played against Bo, who won the whole thing. But she and I are in the same testing group, so unfortunately I got bumped down from 7th place to 12th place. Which, again, isn't bad, but...
But you lost to the winner, so...
I did lose to the winner. Actually, okay, here's the funniest thing.
I would not feel bad.
Game 1, I absolutely smoked her. And after winning game 1, I looked up to the ceiling and I said, so this is God's plan. This is the higher power's plan. Is that I win game 1 so I don't look like a bozo when I get too old later in the reverse sweep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look decent.
Nice cope. Nice cope. I would do the same.
Alright, well, any other questions, people? Otherwise, I think I'll let you handle chat.
No, I think that about does it. I'm gonna head off and read some super chats. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for doing this as a hand cam with me. This was very cool. I feel like TCGs are a lot more special when you get to actually physically feel the cards, and I think it's really cool that we both love Sundial so much. It was meant to be.
It was.
Thank you. Do you have anything you would like to shill? Like, do you have any upcoming streams or projects?
Gosh, huh? I don't normally show myself. I mean, y'all can catch me on my channel on Twitch. I suppose if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm working on a project. I can't tell you when it will come out, but I'm working on a 4-hour video essay on Tendengo.
What the?
It's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype. It's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype ever. Is it good? No, absolutely never play that deck.
What is Tendengo? Dual Logs is laughing about it. What is that?
It's really bad. That's all you need to know. But I think it's really neat. It's a deck based around Eldritch Horrors. And they use a mechanic called flip summoning, which is like when you put the card face down and it gets attacked, it flips face up and then it uses its effect. And it plays around the concept of 3. So you need 3 Tendangos to summon out the big Tendango monster from the extra deck. You need 3 Tendangos to activate the trap card effect in the grave or on the field. I just think it's neat. I just think they're really neat. I like the concept. I like the ideas. I've always loved Lovecraftian horror. It's based on, if y'all are familiar, the Hounds of Tindalos. That's what it's based off of.
I don't think I know that one.
So I'm working on that. I do a lot of Elestrals content. I don't know if you would be sanctioned to join me, but if you or any of the girls are interested, I do a little Elestrals podcast called Girlies Talk Elestrals. And we talk about Elestrals because I want girls to know that we play TCGs in this space.
I'd be down. Hell yeah.
Ayo, let's go. Well, I'll double check your schedule and no pressure.
Alright. Okay, thank you so much!
You know what? I'm so happy to have another Sundial enjoy out there. You know, so many times I go around talking about this guy and they're like, yeah, but no one plays him. I'm like,
me, I'll play him. We'll both play him. All right,
we're gonna play Sundial.
Yeah, we are the Knights of Sundial. Oh my god.
Alright.
So fucking cute.
Goodbye, Chad. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
I hope you had a great first experience with Elestrals.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. Thank you for letting me win.
Actually, game 2, you picked the correct set card. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it out. The other set card was a bluff set.
I am a god gamer. I did that intentionally. I didn't even need any help. All right, you know what? Easy clap. Easy clap.
That's right. She's a born winner, chat. She's gonna go to Elestrals World, chat.
Yeah! With the Chronodial starter deck.
That's right. With the Chronodial starter deck. That's my goal. That's my voice. People for worlds. People for worlds. People for every Elixir. 1,000 years Sundial. 100 years Sundial. Anywho, I'm gonna head out before y'all keep me here. Okay. Have a nice night.
Thank you. What's
up? Watch my Elestrals on Steam. Watch on Steam. And go to your local game store and message that guy on Discord. Thanks, bye.
Oh, bye. Okay, let me change this. I guess I don't need to. I guess I could just leave it up. Oh, man. She was nice. She was nice. She was very patient with me. Very, very patient with me. I'm kind of brain dead. I've been unusually spacey lately, so I felt bad. There were a few times where she explained something to me, and I was trying really hard to listen, but I just couldn't process the information. I was genuinely trying to focus. I am space case lately, but she's very patient with me. I I feel like her enthusiasm for the game has rubbed off on me, and I do want to actually play the TCG now. I was kind of like, well, you know. Like, actually playing the TCG is always been like a very like secondary thing for me. Like with the Pokemon cards, like how I got into it, like I told you guys last stream. Like I got into it because I love Charmander. So I just wanted to collect Charmander cards. Because back then, when I was younger, okay, back when I was young, there was no Pokemon merch. Not where I lived anyways. Like there was the Burger King cards that came out, and then there were some pieces of merch that would pop up every now and again, very, very rarely. But it took a few years before you could go to like, I don't even think you could go to Walmart. There was a specific store that I used to go to called Safeway. No. Is it Safeway? Maybe it was Rite Aid. I think it was Rite Aid. There was a store called Rite Aid that I would go to that would have some merch finally. I think it was when Diamond and Pearl came out. That's when stores started to stock like Pokemon stuff. Safeway is a grocery store. Rite Aid is like Walgreens. I think it was Rite Aid. I think, I don't know. It was a big store. It was a big store, and it had an electronics section. I don't think it was Safe. I feel like it was Rite Aid. I don't remember. Rite Aid 1000% had it, but I feel like there were groceries at Rite Aid as well. I don't know. I don't remember the fucking store. Point is that was the only store. It was the only store that had Pokemon when I was younger, and that was during Diamond and Pearl, so that was still quite a ways after the time that I had initially gotten into Pokemon. So the cards were the only way to get like Pokemon merch. It was the only way to get more stuff of Charmander, my beloved. So that's how I got into Pokemon cards. And then every so often I would trade cards at school, and every so often I would play the game at school. Very, very rarely. I wasn't very good at socializing, so I never like found a group to stick with. So yeah, it's always been more about the collecting, and not even collecting the whole set. I've never been like, I need to collect the whole set. I tried getting into that a little bit with Pokemon, but the sets released so fast, and it felt like there were so many impossible to get ones, where it's like, I can't afford $500 for a random chase card of something that I honestly don't really care about that much. Like, I care about the Pokemon TCG. It has a lot of nostalgia for me, but I don't care about Clefairy. I don't want a $500 chase card of Clefairy. I don't. That doesn't matter to me. I like to open up the cards. I like to open up the cards. I like to look at the art. That's it for me. But with Elestrals, it feels so much more accessible that I can see myself setting out to collect entire sets, especially because their website makes it so easy. This is another issue with Pokemon that I have, where with Pokemon, it was very distressing because it's like, I don't know all the cards that are in the set, because the official Pokemon website doesn't list all the cards that are in the set, because there's like hidden rares or whatever the fuck, and those were not on the website. And there was, to my knowledge, there's no official checklist either. Maybe there is. I ended up downloading some app on my phone to start logging my collection, but by the time I did that, Pokemon cards were becoming a heavily scalped item, so I couldn't really get my hands consistently on Pokemon cards of a specific set anymore anyways, without having to seek them out online. So I don't know, it was very, very, very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating. Collecting Pokemon cards sucks right now. Yeah, it does. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's very, very... It sucks to feel passionate about something and it feels like that thing is working against you. And I feel like what's capturing me right now about Elestrals is that it doesn't feel like the game, the hobby is working against me. It feels like everything is working directly in my favor. And in everybody's favor, not just because I'm a content creator and can get a fucking beta code to the game or whatever, but because even if, like, it's... Like, it... Okay, this is gonna sound gay as hell, but it tugs on my heartstrings to know that you can go in with nothing and still be able to play. You know? Like, I think about when I was younger and I didn't know about, like, the deck stuff. I didn't know about, like, the whole sets. I didn't know, like, how to properly put a deck together, whatever. I didn't have a fucking internet connection back then, so... I don't know, it's very endearing. It's very endearing. It makes me feel very sentimental to know that if you are a broke kid or whatever the fuck, you can get into Elestrals and turn like an online thing into like potentially a real thing. Or even with the starter decks, like you can play with a starter deck and use that to get the boosters and stuff. So if you do have some money and can get a booster, you can scrounge together some savings, and instead of buying individual blisters, you can get a booster, or you can get a whatchamacallit, a starter set, and you can go up from there if you're truly passionate. It's not too elitist or takes too much to get into. No, I really appreciate that. I think it's cool to have like very die-hard sections of a game. I think it's cool to have like a very die-hard community, but I feel like Pokemon isn't any of that. Pokemon is a bunch of like really casual people still, but taken to such an extreme that it feels die-hard. And it becomes very frustrating because it's like, bro, I just want to buy my fucking booster packs. My little blister packs. I just want my 7 cards, bro. I just want my 7 cards once a week or whatever the fuck. Whenever I go to fucking Walmart. And I can't do that. And collecting is a nightmare. And any nostalgia that I have, I am punished for. Because you know I'm not fucking paying $80 a pack for Crystal Guardians. When the crypto bros get interested, you are cooked. Yeah. I think that's another thing that has persuaded me towards Elestrals. You can buy Elestrals at Walmart. I have not seen Elestrals at Walmart, but my local stores do have them. Like my local game shops, yeah. But knowing that the cards get reprinted, like functionally, so there's Hollow Chronodile, right? There's this card, and if for some reason this card became $155 just for like the non-stellar version, they're gonna reprint it anyways, so who cares? You can still play the game. I like that. I like that a lot. That means a lot to me. I know my opinion doesn't fucking matter because I'm like a collection type person over a gaming type person, but I feel no FOMO. Yeah, it feels like when games say that they're trying to implement like accessibility, this feels actually accessible. Okay? They didn't need to like, I don't know, do like weird gimmicky mechanics or whatever to make it like accessible or like fake pandering. It's just like, it's actually an accessible game. You can pick up the game even if you don't have money. Well, I guess not right in this instance. Well, I guess you could play online outside of the Clash app, but card games are now being made by people who played card games and had all these complaints. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Okay, here's like an example of this that I don't like about Yu-Gi-Oh. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh. So maybe this is incorrect. But to my knowledge, Blue Eyes White Dragon, arguably the most famous Yu-Gi-Oh card. There is only a specific number of that card in existence. Right? And there's no reprints of it. So if you want... No? That's not correct? Okay. Okay, are there more? Pot of Greed. They get reprinted all the damn time? Okay, that's good. For some reason, I had heard that they don't get reprinted. I'm talking the anime series. Okay. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh, so maybe I'm getting those things mixed up. That's anime only? Alright. As a kid, everyone switched from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh. There's multiple arts of it. Okay, that's good. That's good. There's a thing called a short print. In lore, there's just 3. Okay, but like in reality. Okay, that's good. They have reprints with a different set name so you can just get a cheaper, newer version. Okay, good. You mean like how many? Yeah, like Black Lotus. Isn't that one? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this isn't an issue. Oh, there are only... Wait, what? Magic is the one that has a list of cards they'll never... Okay. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Because Magic the Gathering, they have Black Lotus and they have... like the One Ring, for example, which is like the big famous one where there's only one of them. The old Power 9 and MTG are. It's a big problem in MTG for Legacy and Vintage players. Maybe I confused the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff with MTG then. One Ring is reprinted, is it? Magic does that. I don't like that. I don't like the FOMO. Restricted list is what you're talking about with MTG. There's one ring that has a specific art. There are many with the regular. Okay. There's a huge list of cards they will never reprint in Magic the Gathering. I just don't know why. Why would you do that? Why would you fucking do that? I feel like Pokemon had the right idea of reprinting the base set cards, but they didn't make enough of them. So they just got scalped and sell for insane prices, just like the originals, which is insane. It's fucking insane. Magic loves artificially boosting card value with limited prints. How does Elestrals? Elestrals does reprints, but mechanically it's the same. Like, mechanically it's the same, but some art might be exclusive, which who cares? A promise they made to collectors who want to protect their investment. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. Different version, same card, yeah. Okay, can I get the missed super chats list, please? For those of you who are about to dip out, if you are also interested in Elestrals, apparently you can go to discord.gg/Elestrals. Wish you by thank you. Look up the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Tyler the Great Warrior. It's a one-of-one card for a very specific reason. Just tell me. Just tell me. Thank you. Everyone's TCGs are performative collectors who want one of everything just to show that they had them / complete them. People who collect out of passion tend to want a subset for an emotional reason. Cosmo thank you. You should look up the Chaos Confetti from MTG. It's a card that never gets reprinted, and the only way to play it is to rip it in pieces! What? Oh, Tyler the Warrior was a Make-A-Wish card. Okay, well that's different. I'm not gonna dog on a company for not fucking mass profiting off of a Make-A-Wish promise, okay? Like that is completely understandable and different. Milo Z, thank you. The One Ring has a specific version of it that is only one print. There's other versions of it. Post Malone owns it. He's actually a huge nerd. Post Malone was in the Sky Does Minecraft house. All right. Mishupas. Oyoshiro Senpai, thank you. Better pray and hope they never make a pendulum mechanic. I don't even know what that is. Pokemon, thank you. I love with woman's enterprising spirit. Show me your butthole, thank you. Commit tax evasion. Hell, thank you. Pippa spent the last week learning different ways to cheat instead of learning how to play. Bacon, thank you. Damn, Pippa, don't rub it in. I wish I could come to America. Sadly, I live in New York. Lucy Goose, thank you. Be careful, Pippa, when Mario will tickle you when she sees you. What? What? Atreides from Atreides, thank you. Dizzy will probably do an Elestral stream with you. If you also do a Digimon card stream with her, I'll have to do a trade. Show me your ball, thank you. Imagine hearing Sansally's voice before you're banished to the Shadow Realm. Sasquatch, thank you. Game looks super fun. Glad the first time I caught a Pippa stream was this one. Hell yeah. Rage Quitter, thank you. I fractured my toe. Let's go! That's unfortunate. Kaizumi, thank you. Pet Sundial one more time. Good job today, Sundial. You did good. Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you to all of the Elestrals creators who popped in and gave me advice and tidbits of information. Oh, Julian, thank you. Hey, Pippa, tomorrow's my birthday, so can I get a happy birthday since I won't be able to catch the stream tomorrow because I'll be at a concert with 2 of my nephews. Oh, congratulations on the concert and late. Pudgy Sasquatch, thank you for coming, baby. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Julian or Julian, however you pronounce it. Is Julian a real name? I don't know. Happy birthday to you. Alright, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, till crash! Till day fumbles away, till day! Till day fumbles away, till day! Till day fumbles away, till day!
Till day fluffles away, till day fluffles away, till day fluffles away, till day. We hope you enjoyed your stay. Tuesday through Saturday, we'll see you again soon. A few hours past noon. Drinking, watching, reacting, backseating. ISP problems left waiting. What the hell is Pippa eating? More spam as chatters go ham. Miss super chats. When will Pip Possum come back? We hope you enjoyed your stay. Your favorite streamers leave soon to die. She'll be Kapippies, we'll see you again soon. Leave a like and
I like tormenting you guys by making you think that I'm going to update the collage, but instead I just add more shit on top of the images. Haha.